garden and soil, seeds, plant, and
one in Gregoire, as again Lou fouls one off down the third base line. As a good battle here to open the ball game between Moskaluk and Percy Lou. Lou from the Chinese Taipei watches that pitch miss high, evens the count up at 2-2.
Lou goes to Fujian Catholic University in Taiwan. He came into yesterday's game batting .500 after going 1 for 5 yesterday. Not so much.
There's a hard hit ball by Lou, and this one back to the wall. And a one hop off the left field wall, quickly thrown in by Mike Bowes as Lou slides in with a leadoff double, a loud one here to kick off the ball game. Lou got around on that ball and crushed it over the head of Mike Bowes as it bounces off the left field wall, and he's in safely here with a double, and the Prospects quickly with the runner aboard.
That is Lou's 7th hit on the season, first getting him to extra bases.
I'll bring up Dalen Collickton on the lineup last night, but being inserted here by manager Ray Brown here tonight. The pitch misses inside. As we take a look at the Giants defensively, Mike Bowes is in left field. Jordan Stickler back in the lineup tonight. He's in center. Tristan Richardson is over and right. In the infield, it's Liam Rahela at third, Chris Panzarella at short. BJ Minarson is at second base tonight, and Brandon Green will man first base. Behind the plate is Adam North, and of course on the mound is Tyler Moskaluk. Count 1-1 to Collickton as he fouls a pitch back off the netting.
Collickton played in the Prospects' first 3 games this season. He's one of the few newcomers to the team, predominantly playing second base like he is tonight.
Collickton fouls this pitch off towards the Prospects' dugout. Count 1-2. Moskaluk steps off as he keeps a close eye on Lou. Moskaluk last season went 2-4 for the Giants in 9 starts, pitched 56 and 2/3 innings, had 39 strikeouts, just 8 walks, surrendered 71 hits. As this one, a comebacker right to Moskaluk, gets it on the one hop, tosses it over to Green at first for out number 1, as Lou has to hold spot at second base.
Tyler Moskaluk able to get that first out, but he made sure that he made eye contact with Lou. There's a language barrier there, but he knew what Tyler was thinking, so he trotted back to second base.
Give him that look, that mean mugging look, like don't you move anywhere. That'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Matt Kootenay. He's at third base here tonight for the Edmonton Prospects. There's a hard hit ball, but this one will curve foul down the left field line. Kootenay here this season, batting .375 as he's 3 for 8 in his 2 games. Fouls this one back off the netting, and did you jump over there?
I did. It got me every time last year, and that's the first one this year. So
that one was coming right for us if it weren't for the netting.
I said last night, it's hard to see it. And it made me jump every time. So
the netting saved your life there. You're alive and well here. Swing and a miss. He struck him out as Moskaluk blows a fastball past Matt Kootenay for out number 2. His first strikeout of the season. 2 away here in the top of the first inning. Percy Lou standing at second base after that leadoff double. And that'll bring up Anthony Casati. And Richard, it's your favorite time in the ball game.
It's beer batter time. A lot of these guys, they've caved under the pressure, have lost their twigs a few times, but we finally have a sponsor. The sponsor for the beer batter is the beer at Shell Place. If you if he gets out before he gets to first base, it's 2 for 10. The beer batter, brought to you by the beer here at Shell Place. See? Didn't that sound
Is this what you did all day? You worked on that?
No, that was just off the top of my head.
Okay.
I already got the next sponsor for...
We're going to have a next one next time he comes up? All right.
Brand new sponsor every time.
All right. With your selling pitches here during Giants broadcast, I'm sure someone can get this sold here for us.
But didn't that sound so good? It just rolled right off the tongue. It had to deal with beer, and it's the beer batter. Like, a great pairing for a restaurant, this feature would be.
0-2 the count here to Anthony Casati. 2 away here in the top of the first inning. And Casati may be feeling the pressure here of the beer batter in the first inning. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Beers are on special. 2 for 10 as Tyler Moskaluk strikes out back-to-back batters after giving up a leadoff double. And we'll head to the bottom of the first inning scoreless here between the Giants and the Prospects.
Tyler Moskaluk played a lot of innings for the Giants last year. Pat Riley was very confident putting him in. That leadoff double, that's all it was, is a leadoff double. Percy Lou didn't move off of second base after that, so job was done for him after his hit.
Didn't seem to faze him at all. A good inning there for Tyler Moskaluk to get the ball rolling for the Fort McMurray Giants as the Edmonton Prospects head to the field here as we take a look at our Fort McMurray Giants batting order presented by Home Hardware. Home Hardware, the experts always willing to teach you. Here's how. John Lasciava will DH tonight. He'll be the leadoff man. He's been one of the Giants' most effective hitters so far here this season as he leads the team in average with a .471, 8 hits on 17 at-bats. Chris Panzarella is at shortstop. He'll bat second. It's the third baseman Liam Rahela in the 3-hole. Brandon Green back in the lineup. He's the only Giant with a home run this season. He'll bat cleanup and be at first base. BJ Menarson with good speed. He's in the 5-hole. He'll play second base here tonight. Tristan Richardson, who's out in right field, he'll bat 6th. Mike Bose had a strong game at the plate last night. He went 2 for 3. He's in left field and will bat 7th. Adam North behind the plate will bat 8th. And Jordan Stickler rounds things out. He'll be in center field and bat 9th. And we talked about Stickler last night, Richard. Just 5 at-bats this season, but 12 plate appearances. He's walked 4 times. He's been hit 3 times. We can expect more of that hopefully here tonight.
The guy knows how to get on base.
He does a great job of it.
Might as well look at the defense for the Prospects while the pitcher's still warming up. Percy Lou, he's out in left field. Jake Lanferman in center. AJ Nitsky is in right field. Third base, Matt Kootenay. Zane Takar is the shortstop. Dalen Collicton is second baseman. Nick Spillman on first. Anthony Cusati, he gets to go behind the plate tonight. And Dylan Emmons is the pitcher for the Edmonton Prospects.
Dylan Emmons making his second appearance of the season. He pitched 2 innings in his first one. He allowed 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 of them earned, had 2 strikeouts. Gave up a couple extra base hits as well. And a second-year prospect player made 3 appearances last season for Edmonton. As Lasciavo leads things off and takes a couple first pitch strikes here, and he's quickly behind in the count 0-2.
Lasciavo has not stricken out yet this year.
Lays down the bunt down the third base line. Casati quickly out, picks that one up and tosses it over to Spillman at first base for out number 1 as Lasciavo tries the little bunt down the line, but just unable to beat it out. Good heads-up play there by the catcher.
It's a dangerous move, bunting with 2 strikes.
It is. Dylan Emmons from Vernon, British Columbia. He's a sophomore at the University of Fraser Valley. One of just 9 players on this team that are new and not returning. They have 20 returning players on this Edmonton Prospects roster. Panzarella swings at a pitch low and in the dirt. Picks up strike 2. Chris Panzarella, just like John Lasciavo, off to a strong start for the Giants, batting .467 as he hits a hard hit ball there to second. The quick toss over to first, and there's out number 2. That's Dalen Collickton at second base here tonight.
Batting third for number base number 10,
Liam Rahela heads to the plate, and that's third here tonight, the White Rock, British Columbia native. Takes strike one as Emmons, that's 3 straight batters where he's had a first pitch strike, as he seems to be dialed in here tonight. Rahela fouls that pitch back, and Richard did not flinch, so he's getting better.
Liam Rahela last night, he was on third base as he is again tonight. He had one error early in the game, but then he cleaned it up, and him and Zachary Coronius, who has the night off, made a few spectacular plays, 2 double plays, and a lot of across the mounds. We were talking to Zach before the game. Isn't as sore as I thought he was.
Rahela fouls another pitch back, 1-2 the count. Yeah, we asked Zach how his groin was feeling, because the one he had to stretch it out a little bit, because he basically did the splits at first base. What a play, for the out, for the double play, but we thought he'd be a little bit sore. He mentioned the turf is a little bit different to play on. It's not as easy to slide, as Rahela crushes this ball to straightaway center. Backing up is the center fielder, and he makes the over-the-shoulder catch for a loud third out, as Jake Landferman had to get on his horse and get moving, as Rahela, a hard hit ball to straightaway center, but a 1-2-3 inning here for Emmons as we head to the second inning, tied at 0s, as it looks like we might have another good pitcher battle here tonight between Moskaluk and Dylan Emmons.
Fans won't be complaining. A good pitcher duel is always leads to a great game. Even though there's not a lot of hits happening, it's still very interesting to watch.
We'll take a break here. You're listening to Boston Pizza Giants Baseball on Country 93.3. Remember to redeem your Giants Baseball ticket at Boston Pizza downtown or in Timberley for 10% off your meal. Some conditions apply. See in store for details. Go Giants, go.
You're listening to Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants Baseball on Country 93.3.
Gather round, Fort McMurray, and let's root for the home team. Boston Pizza Fort McMurray is proud to sponsor Giants Baseball on Country 93.3. And at Boston Pizza, we can satisfy everyone on your home team, offering big taste for big groups. Visit bostonpizza.com and book your next family get-together or pregame meal at Boston Pizza Fort McMurray. Downtown on the way to the park and in Timberley until June 30th. Bring your Giants tickets for 10% off. Conditions apply.
Welcome back to Shell Place for Giants baseball here as they take on the Edmonton Prospects here tonight. Game 2 of a 2-game set before these two teams will both head back down to Edmonton for a pair of games Friday and Saturday night at Remax Field. The Giants' first away games of the season as they start at home with a nice 5-game homestand, 3-1 so far on the year. Pair of wins against Lethbridge before falling to the Bulls on Sunday, but they bounced back nicely with a 4-0 shutout win against Edmonton. Just their second shutout win in franchise history. The other one came last season against the Brooks Bombers. Just a 1-0 score and a tight battle in that one.
Couldn't tell you who scored or who hit the ball to score, because something weird happened with the Giants website, and it was saying that pitcher from last night got the hit, but he wasn't even playing here.
Chopper there to second base to Minarson. A quick flip over to Green for out number 1. As the Giants, the new roster was imported into the system, and it went all wonky and messed up some last year's stats. So we were trying to do some game prep, get you some cool stats, and we couldn't do it, Richard. We couldn't do it.
Good thing Tyler Hodder has the same number as he did last year, else that stat would be wrong, and it's not.
Tyler Hodder pitched in the season opener Friday night against Lethbridge. Expect him to be back on the mound Friday in Edmonton. He did not face the Prospects last year. It was Nick Spillman who grounded out to second base. That'll bring up the center fielder, Jake Lanferman, as he rips one off the box suite to our right. And that ends up in the stands.
That one would have made me flinch.
That was a loud bang.
If you do come down to Shell Place, make sure you're aware of those foul balls, because the angled ceiling of where all the box suites are bounces off there, and it's kind of dangerous.
This one hit to third. Rahela charging in. Strong throw across the green for out number 2. Liam Rahela has been outstanding at third base here in this young season. And again, when we were talking to Zachary Coronius, he mentioned Rahela usually plays second base, and he was told he was going to play at third. He said, he's a second baseman. They usually don't have that strong of arms. And the first couple of throws, Rahela just gunned them over to him, and he wasn't expecting it. And he said he's a little bit more aware of how hard Rahela can throw that ball across the diamond, but he's excited to be teamed up with him in the infield. Of course, Crony is getting the evening off, and Brandon Green at first base tonight. Tony Olson takes a pitch inside, backs him up off the plate. The count 1-1. Olson, the designated hitter tonight for Ray Brown's squad. Another returning player for the Edmonton Prospects. Olson holds off on that pitch, but that's in there for strike 2.
Olson played 42 games for the Prospects last year. Had 145 plate appearances, 34 hits, so only 234 last year. But he's a year older and a little bit bigger, so expect those numbers to increase.
How's that pitch off? As Ray said that to us, he said he likes having so many returning players. You can watch them grow, you can watch them develop. They get older, they get stronger. They just get that little bit more experience. They're wiser out there, and you've seen the success of the Edmonton Prospects. Back-to-back years, they've represented the Western Division in the WNBL final. This one a chopper to third again to Rahela. He's got to get moving here as Olson with some good speed down the first baseline, but Rahela gets him for out number 3. And Tyler Moskaluk, after allowing that leadoff double to Percy Lou, has retired 6 straight. 4 via the ground out and a couple of strikeouts as we head to the bottom of the second inning, scoreless.
Moskaluk looking very good in his first start for the Giants this year, but if you came down to any of the games he pitched last year or listened to any of the games where he was pitching last year, you should have been expecting this already, that he was going to have a great start and season with the Giants this year.
Back out on the mound is Dylan Emmons as he'll face Brandon Green, BJ Minarson, and Tristan Richardson here in the bottom of the second inning. Giants had just 1 hit in the ball game last night until they were able to cash in a couple of runs in the 5th, but that 1 hit off the bat of Jalen McMillan, which ended up scoring Jonathan Lindau to open the scoring in the bottom of the second inning. This timely hitting for the Giants over the first 4 games has allowed them to score quite a few runs and give their pitchers that run support that they've needed.
It's funny, we talked to McMillan before the game too and asked him how he felt after his first hit. And he was like, well, I got snubbed in the first game when I thought I got my actual first hit, so it was actually nice to get it. He was our Better Known Giant of the day. He likes rap music. I didn't know who the 3 rap artists he said he liked. And Mike Jones, the music connoisseur, had no idea who they were either. Really? He's like, what is this kid talking about?
I interviewed him and I just pretended like I knew him. He said the 3 names. I was like, nice.
I know you did.
That's what the young kids are listening to these days. I don't know.
The young punks.
Jalen's a funny kid, though. The couple times I've talked to him, and he's really excited to be up in Fort McMurray as the Giants are gearing up for their first road trip after tonight. That'll start in Edmonton, then they go into Saskatchewan, and they'll play Swift Current, Weyburn, and Moose Jaw before ending up in Medicine Hat. 7 games in 7 days and 9 games in 10 days in total. They'll then return home for a 4-game set against that same Medicine Hat Mavericks team, June 19th to June 22nd. It's a Tuesday to a Friday. Your next chance to catch the Giants here at Shell Place.
Medicine Hat, not too shabby themselves.
Green gets under this ball. Backing up is the left fielder as he watches that one fall down into his glove. That's Percy Liu out in left field here tonight as Green flies out for out number 1.
Medicine Hat isn't a bad team themselves. They've made it into the playoffs the last 2 seasons, almost making it into the final the last 2 seasons, but getting knocked out by these Edmonton prospects.
Both those meetings in the second round after the prospects knocked off Okotoks. They defeated Medicine Hat last year 3-1. And then, of course, went to the championship and fell to Swift Current in 5 games. They were actually leading that series 2-1 and dropped game 4 and then game 5. PJ Minarson at the plate here for the Giants. Count quickly 0-2. 1 away here in the bottom of the second inning. No score. Minarson with a hard hit ball into left field. Liu took a step in, then he had to back up as a little bit of a hop from the prospect's left fielder to make out number 2. A hard hit ball, good contact by Minarson, but hit on a rope right to the left fielder.
This is the fourth game Minarson has been in. He only has 1 hit on the season, but 2 runs scored.
Minarson been used as a pinch runner a couple of times as Richardson swings at the first pitch, and that one will split the infielders on the left side, and the Giants have their first hit of the ball game. Tristan Richardson gets off with a 2-out single. And that'll bring up Mike Bose, who had a strong game at the plate last night. He went 2 for 3, stole home on a double steal, with John Loschiavo getting into second base. And he's made some good contact here in the early going of the season. And you can see the bats starting to wake up a little bit for the Giants. Just overall, we didn't see a lot of balls hit into the outfield those first couple of games, but a lot of the players hadn't played in several weeks and just kind of getting back into the swing of things, learning how the ball travels here at Shell Place and comes off the bat. We've seen a couple big hits and some loud outs here in the outfield.
Bose didn't have too shabby of a season in his collegiate either. Talking with Pat Riley in the postgame last night, he thought that he knew exactly what he was getting. He is one of the only Giant in his collegiate who hit over 400 this year. Led the team with 69 hits. He's got 14 doubles, 5 triples throughout his year, 2 dingers, 3 stolen bases, so he's a third of the way there this year. Or out in Fort McMurray.
Wind picking up a little bit here at Shell Place as the sun again shining from in behind the clouds. Richard, I don't know how many times I've taken my sunglasses off and on already tonight. It must be at least 20.
The wind's picking up a little bit because I can start smelling like cooked something.
I think it's French fries. Or it could be chicken wings because it's Wing Wednesday.
It's not chicken wings. It's kind of sweet smelling.
I think it's French fries. Deep fried.
It smells like mini donuts, but there's not mini donuts here.
They have a lot of things, but they do not have mini donuts. It is Wing Wednesday at the ballpark. Come on down if you're hungry and get a pound of wings for $9. You're thirsty? Get a pound and a pint for $15. One of the new specials they have here at the ballpark this summer. And the Giants are going to play a lot of Wednesday games here at Shell Place. Bose hits one right off the pitcher's leg, and he'll beat that play out as Zane Takar came in from short but didn't have a play. As Bose puts it off the leg of Emmons, and the Giants with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning have a couple of base runners.
Very reminiscent of last night. The Giants getting some important hits last night with 2 outs and a guy on. Now they have had 2 hits with 2 outs, and now they have 2 guys on in the bottom of the second.
That'll bring up the catcher, Adam North. 0 for 4 so far here on the season with a couple of strikeouts as the Kansas City native trying to find his rhythm. That pitch skipped into Casati. Taking off was Richardson, but he's gunned out at third as a good strong throw by Anthony Casati catches the Giants runner. He thought he could beat that out. Got a good jump, but a strong throw to third and a quick tag from the third baseman, Kootenay. Catches the Giants runner, and that'll end the inning as Richardson caught stealing. As Richard has 45 papers flying all over the place here. Get some paperweights over there.
One thing fell, and it was a highlighter, okay? And plus, we have our lovely summer cruiser girl, Camille, here to go pick it up for me, pretty please.
That's not her job.
What is her job?
Not to be a paper fetcher.
It should be to help us out, and I need help.
We'll take a break as Richard collects himself here after losing all of his papers. You're listening to Boston Pizza Giants Baseball on Country 93.3. Remember to redeem your Giants baseball ticket at Boston Pizza downtown or Timberley for 10% off your meal. Some conditions apply. See in store for details. Go Giants, go.
Country 93.3 is your country station.
In Fort McMurray.
At 93.3 FM, 95.7 on site.
Online at country933.com.
Number 1 for country. All right, let's play ball. You're listening to Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants Baseball
on Country 93.3.
In your line of business, every minute counts. Downtime on your network means losing out on a client or valuable revenue. Keep your company running at peak performance without interruption. Microwave Computer and Telecom has a variety of preventable maintenance programs for your computer, network, and business phone systems. And have peace of mind in the event of a failure. Microwave's backup and disaster recovery programs are designed to get you back up and running. Call Microwave today, 780-790-6666.
A cardio moment from CrossFit Crude.
Do you, Sharon, take Lyle to be your husband?
I don't know. Look, there's someone else.
Because cardio can happen when you least expect it.
We've got a runaway bride!
Whoa, she can really run in those heels.
CrossFit Crude can help you reach your fitness goals. CrossFit Crude is an inclusive, supportive community working together with all fitness levels. Begin your journey to a healthier you. CrossFit Crude, better together. Visit CrossFitCrude.com.
How do you know there's adults?
First pitch swinging by Takar, and he laces one out into center field. A leadoff single here for the Edmonton Prospects. A shortstop as Tyler Moskaluk, who had retired 6 in a row, allows his second hit of the ball game. As we hit the top of the third inning, and the Prospects have a runner aboard.
You gotta look for him after.
Zane Takar falling down in the batting order. Last night he was hitting in the 2 spot. Tonight he's hitting in the 8th. Coach Ray Brown possibly playing some mind games after Takar only went 1 for 3, but he was their best hitter all last year.
Takar batted .417 against the Giants last season in 6 games. He went 10 for 24, a pair of runs scored, 3 RBI. As we head to the number 9 hitter, AJ Nitsky. Not in the lineup last night. He's in right field here tonight. Nitsky holds off a pitch that misses outside. Count 1-0.
So the party bus parked in front of our house a couple weeks ago.
Mitski, a freshman at Northwestern College.
A couple weeks ago, last Saturday night.
Played a handful of games for the Prospects last year. No score here in the top of the third inning. Both teams with 2 hits. Moskala guns one in right down the pipe for strike 1.
Zane Takar standing on first. He is a threat to steal a base, but Moskalek is keeping an eye on him. He went 6 for 8 last year, getting caught twice.
Moskalek toss over to first to Green as they keep Takar close. The pitch misses high by Moskalek. Count 3-1 to the number 9 hitter Nitsky. Moskalek from Thunder Bay, Ontario.
Is that close to Welland or whatever you're from?
Not even close. Other end of the province.
It's so big. How am I supposed to know?
That pitch right down the middle for strike 2 brings the count full. Thunder Bay would be about 20-hour drive from Welland.
What?
Yeah.
That's just one province. That is gigantic.
You'd have to fly. Well, you could drive it.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a fun drive. That's like driving from here to Seattle, Washington. And I would know because I did that over one weekend. It was great.
A lot of car time.
If my girlfriend is listening, it was very fun. I would do it again.
In a heartbeat.
God.
Strike 3 called on Nitsky as Moskala catches him watching. Nitsky thought it was inside. He was trotting down first base, but the home plate umpire says, no, that's strike 3. You're out. And there's out number 1. Third strikeout of the ball game here for Moskaluk, and we're only in the third inning.
We seen something similar like that last night with Barons. I got hockey on the brain, I guess, too, like you did last night. With the Giants, one of the batters got hit, and he started trotting down the baseline, and the ump said, nope, come back. That didn't hit you.
That one again.
Big swing there from Percy Liu for strike 1. Moskaluk, a hard-throwing right-handed pitcher. Again, keeping Takar close at first as another throw over to the first baseman, Brandon Green.
Looks like my noise.
Hard hit ball by Lou, but this one popped up heading down the right field line, and that'll end up on the grass hill.
Moskaluk not letting any funny business happen. Throwing it back to first base to keep Takar where he is, with Percy Liu at the plate, who has been pretty dangerous this year so far for the Prospects.
That pitch misses high for ball 1, the count 1-2. Pretty good crowd here tonight at Shell Place. If you're listening and thinking about making your way down to the ballpark, it looks like the rain has passed us in the clouds. Sun is shining, nothing but blue skies over the ball diamond right now.
There's only one problem with this crowd, Taylor. I don't see enough people eating wings.
I was going to say, I don't see a lot of people eating chicken wings.
A lot of beer. Not a lot of wings. Very sad. That saddens me deeply, as I do have a kryptonite for chicken wings, among many other things.
You do talk a lot about the concession food, Richard.
Hey, it's part of my job. They might be making a special appearance later this inning, but more likely next inning for our beer batter.
Oh. Lou hits this one into right field, coming in as the ball pops out of the glove of Richardson. a great job to knock it down at least. If that ball gets by him, that might be an inside the park home run, but Richardson charging in, sliding. It goes off his glove, but falls in front of him. And that'll be a hit to Lou, and charging down to second base is Takar.
After only going 1 for 5 with a strikeout last night, Lou getting back to his former first appearance against the Giants, going 2 for 2 tonight with a double and a single.
And that'll bring up Dalen Collicton, the second baseman, with 2 runners aboard. 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. No score, Prospects and Giants. Prospects 7 hits in the ball game last night. Giants had 6. That pitch skipped in. North doesn't see it. It ends up in behind him, and both runners will advance a base. As North lost sight of the ball, it popped off his glove, went up and over top of his head. Took him a second to find it. Lou heads down to second base. Takar over to third. So now 2 runners in scoring position, just 1 out here in the top of the 3rd.
Zane Takar able to get on base. And only 1 for 3 last night, so he got dropped in the order and it worked out.
This one, a dribbler to third. Rahela charging in the throw across, and they get Collicton, and because that ball was hit right to third base, Takar has to stay put, and that's a big out for the Giants now. Now 2 outs with runners on second and third.
Green throwing the ball back to Moskaluk. Sun was right in his eyes and almost got it in the teeth. Lucky to shield his eyes enough to get it in the glove and not the face.
I want him to be a 2.
Swinging at the first pitch is Kootenay, and he fouls this one off down the first base line. Kootenay struck out swinging his first at-bat back in the first inning. Matt Kootenay from Wetaskiwin, Alberta. He's a freshman at Colby Community College. Moskaluk bounces a pitch in. North does a good job getting in front of that one and blocking it. Adam North, the catcher, here tonight from Overland Park, Kansas, and attends Kansas City, Kansas Community College. He's a freshman there. Fouling that one off again is Kootenay down the first base line.
Kootenay, not a great showing last night, but before coming into that game, he had one of the highest batting averages for the Prospects, and that's why he was the beer batter last night.
1-2 the count, 2 away here in the top of the 3rd. Runners at second and third. And Kootenay calls time as he takes a step back out of the batter's box.
You'll pick up the rules every very end.
That pitch misses outside, evens the count up at 2-2. The 2-2, that pitch swing and a miss. He struck him out for a second time tonight, and Tyler Moskaluk, who allows a couple batters to get on board, gets himself out of the jam, and through 3 for the Giants defensively. Again, they have kept the Prospects off the board. A pair of hits and 2 runners left on board for the Edmonton Prospects, as similar to last night, just unable to get that timely hit to cash in. Runners in scoring position And we're through 2.5 here at Shell Place, and we remain tied at 0.
They aren't running away with the hits like they did last night. Halfway through the game, they had their 7 total that they ended up with, and then the Giants slowly got their eventual 6 hits, but now they're just at 3 and 2 in this game so far. Both of the Giants hits coming in the last inning.
Nate McHenrick came in, and with that sidearm style of his, just shut down the Edmonton prospects in relief. Worked 2 innings, picked up the save as Nick Cardinal went 7 strong and picked up his first win of the season and his first start. Due up here in the bottom of the 3rd inning for your Fort McMurray Giants are Adam North, Jordan Stickler, and back to the top of the order to John Loschiavo. North didn't get to finish his at-bat as Tristan Richardson was thrown out trying to steal 3rd.
Now the play for catcher number 3.
North swinging first pitch. This one's hit deep to left field, backing up way back. That ball is gone! Adam North crushes the first pitch, offering over the left field wall. His first home run as a Fort McMurray Giant, and the Giants open the scoring here tonight. They lead 1-0.
Adam North coming into the game, replacing Lindau, who played last night and had a stellar performance himself. North getting 2 home runs in his collegiate year this year at Kansas City.
What a hit by Adam North. First pitch he sees of the inning, crushes it over the left field wall. Percy Lou chasing that one back and eventually just looked up and watched it sail over the left field wall. That one landed on the grass hill as Adam North absolutely crushes that ball. The second home run of the season for the Fort McMurray Giants. Both of them have gone to left field.
Brandon Green earlier in the last inning, he hit one again over there. He's the other Giant who's gotten a home run. The wind couldn't quite take it, but it is blowing a little harder now. I bet you if he gets the same hit, if he was at bat right now, it would probably blow out. It's very windy up high. That's how it works.
That's where it's windier? Up high?
It's windier up high.
Jordan Stickler fouls a pitch back off the netting. Count 1-2 to the Giants center fielder. Stickler's first at-bat here in the evening. Back in the lineup. He started the first 3 games, was given last night off. Probably time to recover some of the bruises after how many times he's been hit by pitches here in this young season. Stickler chops at this one, a little blooper out into right field. Charging in is Lanferman in center as he calls off the right fielder to make the catch for out number 1. That was AJ Nitsky who he called off.
The wind picking up. Now I smell the popcorn, Taylor. I'm getting hungrier.
I can't smell the popcorn. It smells delicious.
I think we might have to get Camille to get us some wings.
I don't think you can eat wings on the air, Richard.
There's a 30-second break in between.
That's not a lot of time. Trust me. It took me 3 innings to eat a slice of pizza.
I can turn my mic off. I don't really talk that much anyways.
I already watched you. So, Richard, this is our first time teaming up here on the broadcast. 2 games in a row, he pulls out about 5 baggies full of ingredients and he makes a wrap in the
3
pregame.
bags and 2 containers. Totally different.
Okay, whatever, same thing. And then what did you do?
I made a wrap.
And then you made a mess as you dripped sauce all over the floor.
That was not sauce. That was the liquid from the tomatoes. And then it was white because of the sauce, but it wasn't the sauce's fault.
We're going to have to ban wraps in the Bumper to Bumper broadcast booth.
Do you see a mess anywhere? No, I don't.
You cleaned it up at least.
Exactly, because I'm a good little boy and I clean up my messes.
But we might ban wraps. We might just fruit only. And granola bars.
I'm taking a stand.
Maybe chicken wings. Lasciavo strikes out after a good battle with Emmons. And there's 2 outs now here for the Giants in the bottom of the 3rd inning. They lead 1-0. A home run from catcher Adam North has opened the scoring here tonight. Chris Panzarella takes the first pitch he sees square in the back. And that's a free pass for the Giants shortstop.
Second time this season, Panzarella has been hit by a pitch, but he's still got a long way to go to get Stickler and Iannetti. Those guys are pegged a bunch of times.
Josh Iannetti here tonight. He's working the score clock. As we've seen the players have to do other duties at the ballpark if they're not in the lineup, as some Giants, it's usually Giants pitchers that know they won't be playing. They sit in the stands with the radar gun.
Yeah, got a few more of them tonight. Last night it was Tyler Hodder.
Hodder's been working the radar gun a lot. There goes Panzarella taking off for second. What a throw by Casati, and he guns him out and gets the prospects out of the inning. The second player here tonight that Anthony Casati has gunned out trying to steal a base. Panzarella took off a head-first slide, but that throw was in there well ahead of him, as Anthony Casati showing that strong arm here this evening. But the damage is done as the Giants open the scoring. But they lead off home run from catcher Adam North, and they lead this ball game 1-0 through 3 innings of play. We'll take a break. You're listening to Giants Baseball, brought to you by Boston Pizza on Country 93.3.
You're listening to Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants Baseball on Country 93.3. Live from the Bumper to Bumper broadcast booth.
After a long, cold winter, we finally passed that hurdle, and it's time to get down and dirty in the garden.
Ooh la la.
Find everything you need to get your yard and garden in tip-top shape for summer at Home Hardware. Choose from a huge selection of soils, seeds, plants, and rocks. Plus, patio furniture and barbecues to turn your yard into an oasis. Soak up every moment of the season with a little help from Home Hardware on Franklin Avenue in Fort McMurray.
It's so hot. Ugh, I know. No, I mean your Giants baseball t-shirt. Where'd you get it?
Did you know Bumper to Bumper is the only spot besides Shell Place to get your Giants baseball merch? Step up to the plate at Bumper to Bumper in Gregoire and gear up for summer driving too. Bumper to Bumper has everything you need. Auto parts, accessories, cleaning and detailing products. Where's your one-stop shop to make sure you and your vehicle look hot this season? Bumper to Bumper, 223 McAlpine Crescent in Gregoire.
Welcome back to Shell Place, Fort McMurray Giants Baseball on Country 93.3, brought to you by Boston Pizza. Remember to redeem your Giants baseball ticket at Boston Pizza downtown or Timberley for 10% off your meal. Some conditions apply. See in store for details. Go Giants, go. And Richard leading off here, the top of the 4th inning, Anthony Casati, our beer batter.
Yes, our beer batter. It's brought to you by Wing Night. Tonight, it's Wing Night, and that is our sponsor for the beer batter for the 4th inning. It's Wing night.
I seriously want to know how much time you spent today
0
writing these lines.
0. I don't
lie.
I don't. Here, look at my clipboard. There's no notes.
I know you don't have notes, but you could have memorized them.
I
thought them up today. I noticed you didn't loiter that much today at the office, so you were working hard on something. I knew it, and it was liners for the beer bottle.
It wasn't, I swear to you.
Don't lie to me.
I knew I was going to do this after last night's game.
There's a hard hit ball by Casati right to Panzarella at short. The flip to first. And out number 1. And once again, our beer batter, he's out, and beers are on special. 2 for 10 till the end of the inning.
And he's the first batter, so that's extra time. If you were at the ballpark right now, you could be getting a beer sponsored by Wing Night.
Pint and a pound of wings, $15 on Wing Night.
I wonder if they give you an extra deal. Pint and a pound of 2 pints and a pound of wings for whatever price you said. That might be the deal now.
Ooh.
In this inning only.
That'd be great. Spellman fouls that pitch off in behind us. Nick Spellman, the first baseman here tonight for the Edmonton Prospects, grounded out to second in his first at-bat. Spellman, a senior at the University of British Columbia. He's one of 2 fifth-year players on the Edmonton Prospects here this summer. The other one is Derek Shedden, the Edmonton native from Northeastern State. Hard hit ball. This one right up the middle. Panzarella won't have a play as that one gets through and ends up at Jordan Stickler's feet out in center field. And with 1 away here in the top of the 4th inning, Spillman with a 1-out single.
Center fielder number 22, Jake Lanferman.
That'll bring up the center fielder, Jake Lanferman, as the Prospects try to get on the board for the first time here in Fort McMurray. Shutout last night, 4-0. And trailing here in this ball game, 1-0 in the top of the 4th.
Lanferman has appeared in all 4 of the Prospects games. He's hitting .313. Less than that.
Lanferman hits one to first. It's caught by Green. The toss to second for 1. Back to first. And they got him. Oh, what a play by the Giants. Brandon Green threw it to second base. They get the out there, and Panzarella rifles it back to Green at first. And a bang-bang play. It's a double play ball, and the Giants are out of the inning.
Giants able to hold the Prospects to just 1 hit in that inning, but a beautiful 3-5-3 double play.
No, that's wrong.
Why?
Because 5 is third base.
It was so close.
That's
3-4-3?
No, because it went
first
to short.
Oh.
Back to first.
3-6-3.
3-6-3. The old 3-6-3. You don't see a whole lot of them on double plays.
No.
I like that you try, though. The effort is there, Richard.
I do my best, this Taylor.
Dylan Emmons comes back out here to work the bottom of the 4th inning. The Giants have looked great defensively here in this 2-game set. They turned 2 double plays last night. That's their first one here this evening. And you heard Ray Brown give them kudos in the Microwave Computer and Telecom pregame show with their strong defensive play and saying they compete, and he expects them to be a top team in the Western Division here this summer. He said they're much improved from a year ago, and he expects big things from the Fort McMurray Giants here this summer, as he said that in our interview in the pregame show, brought to you by Microwave Computer and Telecom, celebrating 25 years of being your trusted business technology partner.
Those are some very kind words from a 5-year vet, the Prospects coach, who has made it to the show twice in these last 2 seasons, but fell just short both times.
Ray Brown looking to get back to the WMBL championship again here this season with his Edmonton Prospects side. A lot of returning players, 20 of them. Or they could be down to 19 with Eric Sabrowski, drafted earlier today in the 14th round by the San Diego Padres. And Ray Brown just waiting on word on whether Sabrowski is going to sign with the Padres and enter their system, or he could head back to school. And if he chooses the latter, he has the option of joining the Prospects here this summer. Prospects had a very good pitcher last year, Noah Gap, who was drafted as well and was expected to join the Prospects. Got drafted, ended up signing, and did not join them after he had a stellar 2016 summer in Edmonton. Count 1-2 here to Rahela as he fouls a pitch off.
Liam Rahela doing a lot of work defensively. Still hitting pretty good with a .250 average at his 8 at-bats. Has 2 hits, 2 RBIs, 5 walks. Very patient.
1-2 the count here to Rahela, and time is called as Emmons taking a little bit too long to throw the ball, and Rahela didn't like that. Steps out of the batter's box. That pitch misses low for ball 2. Giants lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Prospects out hitting the Giants 4-3. Rahela gets under this one, pops it up down the left field line. Lou charging over, sliding effort, and he almost got there. Good speed by Percy Lou in left field, and he almost got to that ball. He had to run a long way and nearly got there.
Yeah, about 2 or 3 steps shy, but he got a good jump on it. Had a few prospects converging. Nobody quite able to make it to that ball that's landed just behind the bullpen.
That pitch misses high, and Rahela has battled back to bring the count full. Rahela, the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the 4th, followed up by Brandon Green and BJ Minarson. Rahela hits this one down the left field line again. Lou charging across, the ball hooking and falls about a foot foul. As Rahela has been trying to catch that left field line as he's hit opposite field on a couple of his swings now.
The ball looked very nice off the bat. If it had dropped fair, he was getting to at least second base.
Wait till I have a few more beers,
Full count to Rahela. And that pitch misses outside. And Richard, you just mentioned the patience of Liam Rahela, and he battles in that at bat, makes Emmons throw a lot of pitches, and then draws the walk.
A lot of the Giants' base on balls and hit by pitch stats are really padded from those first 2 games where the weather wasn't too kind to the pitchers. The ball was very slippery for those first 2 games, so there was a lot of walks. I think 23 in the first game alone between the 2 teams.
Giants had 13 walks as a team. That first win, 13-10 over Lethbridge. They had 6 batters get hit by pitches. They only had 6 hits in that ball game, scored 13 runs. It was incredible.
A lot of walking was done, and the weather was awful. That's what made the game last 4+ hours, the longest broadcast in Giants baseball history.
On Country 93.3. It was a cold night. The Giants, I believe, scored 4 runs by walking. A Bulls pitcher walking in, a player with the bases loaded. It was how the Giants scored 4 of their runs in that game. The Giants helped the Bulls out, as well as they walked in 2 runs, if I remember correctly.
I've seen 2 or 3 of those Giants walk-in runs, but I had to bail. I was so cold. I didn't wear enough layers.
You wimped.
You can't make fun of me for that. I brought you pizza. I could have just left you
That's
high and
true.
dry.
I was fading away. I was withering away. I was starving. Big cut there from Green. Swing and a miss for strike one. Count 2-1 to the Giants' first baseman.
Green looking to have another ball go yard. The wind has settled down a little bit since I said his last hit, if he hit it identically to the first fly out into left, that it might go out. I don't think it is now.
That pitch skips its way in. Count now 3-1 to Green. Rahela stands at first. Giants lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. None out.
Giants attempting to steal twice tonight already, getting caught both times. With a new guy behind the plate, he's able to throw it out a lot better than Chris Procopio did last night, who allowed 4 people to steal base, one of them being a double steal.
Green attends Kansas City Community College, a D1 JUCO school. He batted .309 there.
Good deal. There's at least $300.
30 hits on the season for Green. Made a great first impression. His first game, Richard mentioned, went yard in the 4-2 win over the Lethbridge Bulls Saturday night. Green had 5 home runs and 10 doubles in his freshman season. Hails from Liberty, Missouri. And Green gets around on this one, hits it deep into center field, but tracking it is Lanferman. He'll get under it and make the catch as Rahela heads back to first base. The second flyout of the evening here for Brandon Green.
Second baseman number 6, BJ McMurray.
That'll bring up the second baseman, B.J. Minarson.
He had very hard line out right to Lou in left field. Took one step in and then took 2 steps out to be able to catch the ball that Minarson just rocketed into left field.
Big swing there for Minarson, and the fastball gets by him for strike one. Talked about Eric Sabrowski, drafted here today by the San Diego Padres. 2 other players linked to the WNBL were also drafted. They both play for the Okotoks Dogs. Cody Funderburk by the Minnesota Twins and Greg Cullen by the Atlanta Braves. So congratulations to the 3 players with ties to the Western Major Baseball League for being drafted here today. Still 20 rounds to go in the MLB draft, so we could see a few more before the day is over.
20 more today?
I don't know if they're doing it all today, but 20 more rounds to go.
That's aggressive. They do have a lot. Like, I'm just going off of, I'm more of a hockey guy, and there's only like 7 rounds, I think, now. Yeah. And there's like 30 plus easily in baseball. But now that you think about it, there are a lot of divisions below that are still very competitive in baseball. And just for the NHL, you have the AHL and the ECHL, the East Coast League, and then some guys go into the K. So there's 3 compared to a dozen for baseball.
There's a lot. Multiple baseball drafts as well, too. There's not just one draft.
That's aggressive. For different age levels?
Hit and run on, but Minarson pops this one up. Rahela has to hustle back to first as Takar gets under the ball just behind second base and makes the catch for out number 2. The hit and run was on, but Minarson got under the ball. And Rahela, with the screams coming from the dugout to head back, quickly scampers back to first base. That'll bring up Tristan Richardson, who's 1 for 1 with a single here today.
Caught stealing, one of the Giants that have been caught stealing tonight.
And there goes Rahela first pitch, but Richardson fouls it off.
You also can't overrun.
Rahela doing a lot of running last couple pitches in between first and second.
He plays third base very well, just has to use his shotgun of an arm that just propels the balls to first base. So doesn't do a whole lot of moving at third base and compared to like the outfielders. So he can burn an extra few calories taking some jogs between first and second.
Emmons keeping him close with a pitch over to Spillman at first base. Richardson swings at this one. He almost takes Rahela's head off as that one heads into right field. Rahela had a hard turn at second, but was given the stop sign, and he holds up. And with two away here in the bottom of the fourth, the Giants with a pair on, runners at first and second.
That hit scared me. I thought my head was going to get hit off just watching that play.
Richardson, a hard hit ball, and Rahela had to duck as it went right over his head at first base and ends up in right field, and that'll bring up Mike Bowes, who is 1 for 1 in the game and 3 for 4 here in the series against Edmonton. Throw over to second as, again, the prospects keeping a close eye on Rahela.
That was a very close bang-bang play there. Rahela just safe. It's keeping a pretty good lead, but watching the prospect behind him a little closelier.
That pitch in there for strike one, high and on the outside corner. Giants lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Hits 4 apiece. Bowes fouls this pitch off, a dribbler over to the prospects dugout. Giants looking to add to their lead with 2 aboard here and 2 away. That pitch in there catches the corner for strike 3. Bowes doesn't like the call, and he lets the home plate umpire know it. As Emmons strikes out the Giants left fielder to end the threat and end the inning, as the Giants get a couple runners on, but unable to cash anybody in as they strand 2, as Mike Bowes strikes out looking.
Mike Bowes, not a big fan of that strikeout call. That's his 3rd on this young season. But he is hitting .385 coming into the game.
2 up for the Edmonton prospects in the top of the 5th is Tony Olson, Zane Takar, and AJ Nitsky. We'll take a break. You're listening to Boston Pizza Giants Baseball on Country 93.3. Remember to redeem your Giants baseball ticket at Boston Pizza downtown or Timberley for 10% off your meal. Some conditions apply. See in store for details. Go Giants, go.
Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants Baseball.
Hi, I'm Ryan Dunn, pitcher for the Fort McMurray Giants. You're listening to Giants Baseball on Country 93.3.
In your line of business, every minute counts. Downtime on your network means losing out on a client or valuable revenue. Keep your company running at peak performance without interruption. Microwave Computer and Telecom has a variety of preventable maintenance programs for your computer, network, and business phone systems. And have peace of mind in the event of a failure. Microwave's backup and disaster recovery programs are designed to get you back up and running. Call Microwave today, 780-790-6666.
A cardio moment from CrossFit Crude.
Don't make a move. Their vision's based on movement.
Gotta go, gotta go, 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 go.
Because cardio can happen when you least expect it.
Run!
CrossFit Crude can help with experienced and trained coaches motivating you each step of the way. CrossFit Crude is an inclusive, supportive community working together with all fitness levels to help you reach your goals. Begin your journey to a healthier you today. CrossFit Crude, better together. CrossFitCrude.com.
Back at Shell Place, where the Fort McMurray Giants lead this ballgame 1-0 through 4 as we head to the top of the 5th inning, and Tony Olson, the designated hitter, leading things off for the Edmonton Prospects. Taylor Pope, Richard Kapach with the call of this game in our bumper-to-bumper broadcast booth. Bumper-to-bumper with 2 convenient locations, one in Thickwood and one in Gregoire.
The big ones in Gregoire, with over 1 million parts.
That it is.
That does not sound like a very fun time to me. I do not envy those people.
And of course, Bumper to Bumper, the only place aside from the Giants merchandise shop here at Shell Place where you can buy Giants gear. You can get jerseys, hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, all at Bumper to Bumper in Gregoire. So if you're looking for Giants swag at any time, head down and see the friendly staff at Bumper to Bumper.
I gotta go do that. I tried to before the game, but they didn't have very many larger hats than extra small here, so
they're selling fast. The gear sells fast here. It was just like last season. They sold out of a lot of items really quickly. Gotta tell Dutch needs more inventory.
Well, they have like the last year stuff, so they're tweaking it just slightly every year. The look of the G on these home hats that they wear at home. They have a different hat for the away games.
Do they?
Yeah, I think so. And so they're looking very sharp, but you just got to order more at one time, Dutch.
Count full here to the leadoff hitter, Tony Olson. Chopper hit to short. Panzarella charging in. The throw across the scoop, and it pops out of the glove of Green. He can't make the play. And Olson beats it out. Panzarella had to make that throw on the run and was a little bit short. Green unable to scoop it. And Olson gets aboard here. So a leadoff runner for the Edmonton Prospects in the top of the 5th. And they're going to give the Giants an error on that one.
Last night, Liam Rahela receiving the error. Chris Panzarella receiving the error tonight. Both playing a lot of games so far for the Giants.
Hit and run quickly on for the Prospects, but Takar can't get around on the ball. Instead, he checks his swing and fouls it off.
Panzarella is your everyday shortstop, and that is his 3rd error on the year.
And Panzarella from Keystone College, a Division III school. He's a junior there. Played 45 games this past season. Had a 19-game hitting streak. And he's looked good both defensively and on the offensive side of the ball. As you've talked about that sun already. Green with the light toss to Moskala, because I don't think he could see him as he's staring directly into the sun. It's right behind first base right now.
Yeah, as it's coming down, actually after the game yesterday, Coach Pat Riley was commenting on the sun. He's like, I don't remember it being where it is like this last year. So right in the first base to pitcher eye line.
It's blinding if you're in the Giants dugout. It stares right into it when it sets here at about 7:45 to 8 o'clock, 8:15. It's not as bad for them right now because it's moved over a bit. It's bad for Moskaluk when he looks at first base, though. That pitch misses high and outside. Count 1-2 to Zane Takar. Well, I remember doing Giants games our first summer, and they had a lot of afternoon games. And for 3 hours, blinding right at you. Just scorching in the afternoon heat where we are. But it's not so bad for night games as Takar laces this one out into right field. The hit and run was on. Rounding second hard and making his way over to third is Olson. And with none outs, runners now on the corners as a great hit there by Zane Takar.
Takar going 2 for 2 tonight after struggling a bit last night, only going 1 for 3. Getting dropped in the lineup from batting second to 8th, but it's really worked out for Ray Brown and the Prospects, getting 2 hits and being able to get some runners in scoring position. None cashed in quite yet. Giants still holding the Prospects to no runs in these 2 games so far.
The number 9 hitter, A.J. Nitsky, at the plate with runners on the corners here for Edmonton. A chance to try to tie up this ball game. They trail by 1 here in the top of the 5th.
Nitsky didn't play last night, but in the 3rd inning, he struck out looking.
Tyler Moskaluk making his first appearance of the season for the Giants on the mound as Nitsky fouls one off down the first base line. Moskaluk made 9 starts last year for Fort McMurray.
Had a much better showing in his collegiate year, getting 18 strikeouts in 1 game. Currently has 4 in this one.
A TRU record, 18 strikeouts in 1 game. Led the CCBC in strikeouts with 67, followed by his teammate Tyler Hodder, who had 52. As Thompson Rivers went to the semifinal before their season was ended. Moskaluk with a pitch in there for strike 2, evens the count up at 2-2. This one, a little blooper. That'll go to short. Panzarella charging in, and the ball with backspin skipped over his glove. And that'll be an RBI for Nitsky, or if we'll see if they call it an error to Panzarella. But a run is in, and this ball game is tied at 1.
They're giving it a hit, not an error.
That's a tough play for Chris Panzarella. That ball was not hit hard, had a lot of backspin on it, and he charged in, tried to barehand it, and popped right over his hand. And this will warrant a mound visit here by Shelby Dixon, the pitching coach this summer for the Fort McMurray Giants, with nobody out and runners at first and second. A run is in, and we're tied at 1. And we head back to the top of the order for the prospects as Percy Liu, who has had a great night so far, 2 for 2. He's had Moskaluk's number so far.
Been able to reach the second base in both times he reached base. Once on a double, once on a single, and then a wild pitch that let him advance to second and Takar go to third. But that's where they stopped because of a strikeout to Matt Kootenay.
Liu signals bunt and lays it down, and North doesn't have a play as Percy Liu lays down a perfect bunt about 5 feet in front of the plate down the third base line. Green had charged in from first. Minarson was a little bit slow getting over to first to cover him, and North looked to the bag to throw it, and Minarson was not quite yet there, and Liu with great speed beats it out. Base is now loaded with a bunt single for the Prospects left fielder. Bases loaded, nobody out. Dalen Kalikton at the plate. Hits now 7-4 Edmonton. It's 7 hits in last night's ball game. Unable to produce a run, however, as they fell 4-0. This one hit to third. Rahela charging in. He'll go home for the out. North looked for the double play. Held on to the ball, though. So the Giants save a run as they get the force out at home.
Seen that play a few times last night, but the prospects doing it to the Giants, as the prospects didn't really have a play to score. They had a guy on third a few times, but between Nick Cardinal...
This one hit on a rope, and that'll drop in right field, right on the foul line. It's into the corner. One run is in. Here comes the second as Lou comes around to score. Getting the stop sign is Collecton at third, but a 2-run RBI double for Matt Kootenay has given the Prospects the lead here in the top of the fifth as they lead 3-1.
Matt Kootenay not able to make it on base the first two times tonight, getting struck out both times by Moskaluk. Last night he was our beer batter, and he only went 1 for 3 with a single that happened in the second inning.
Swung at the first pitch there, and perfect placement right down the right field line. Ball ended up in the corner as Richardson had to hustle over, got the ball in quick enough to not have the bases cleared as Collecton was held at third, but coming in to score Percy Lou from second and AJ Nitsky from third. And that'll bring up Anthony Casati, who is our beer batter. He's 0 for 2. 1 out here in the top of the fifth. 3 runs in for the Prospects and still threatening with runners at second and third.
As you mentioned, Anthony Casati, our beer batter for tonight. Did you know that this beer batter is brought to you by a steak dinner you can get here at Shell Place? A steak dinner, that is right, you heard it here. A steak dinner is the beer batter sponsor for the fifth inning.
An 8-ounce steak dinner, too. Did you know that?
I did not. I'll have to...
it's a good-sized steak.
Get that in the notes for the next time.
0-2 the count to Casati as Moskaluk trying to get out of this jam that he's put himself in. 3 runs in already in the inning for the Prospects. They have their first lead of the series. Casati fouls that pitch back off the netting.
Just 1 out with 2 runners in scoring possession. Casati and Matt Kootenay, who just hit a double right into the right field corner, making it all 330 feet.
This one hit to third. Rahela makes the play, checks the runner at third to keep him put before firing it over to Green at first. And Green knows that sun still right in Moskaluk's eye, so he rolled the ball back to the pitcher.
It's getting worse, but that arm on Liam Rahela does it again. Gets another out for the Giants, helping his pitcher out. Is in a little bit of a pickle with a guy on second and third.
2 outs now in the inning as Nick Spillman heads to the plate. And that pitch, North had to lunge over to keep that ball in front of him. Collecton stands at third. Over at second is Matt Kootenay.
Collecton has had a pretty good showing in his first 3 games with the Prospects.
Spillman fouls this one off and heads up. You mentioned that angled roof here on the suites. When that ball hits it, it goes rifling straight down into the bleachers. It's the second ball tonight we've seen that happen too. Count 1-1 to Spillman. Spillman hit this one in on the hands. This one blooping, though. A diving effort from Minarson. Can't come up to it. And 2 runs come in to score on the bloop single from Nick Spillman, and the Prospects take a 5-1 lead.
Center fielder, number 22, Jake Olandwood.
hit in on the hands on Spillman, but hit it just far enough over the infield and not deep enough for Stickler to get there. And that scores Kootenay and Kalikton. And just like that, the Prospects have scored 5 here in the top of the 5th inning and have taken a 4-run lead. It's 5-1.
Still no action in either of the bullpens, so Coach Pat Riley is going to let his starter figure it out, get out of this inning. Hopefully keep it at 5.
Jake Landferman, the 9th batter to come to the plate here in the top of the 5th inning. Landferman hits this one to Rahela at third. He'll throw it to second for the force out, and the Giants get out of the inning, but the damage is done as the Prospects score 5 runs here in the top of the 5th and take a 5-1 lead through 4.5. Now out hitting the Giants 9-4 as they send all 9 batters to the plate. 5 hits, 5 runs for the Prospects. Giants record 1 error and 1 runner left on base, as now Dylan Emmons has some run support here as he goes to work for the 5th inning.
Emmons, as you said, getting run support, only allowing the Giants to get 1 so far off of that home run from Adam North 2 short innings ago, and he's up at the plate next. But Emmons is getting the run support that Michael Gain didn't get last night, where the Giants shut him out 4-0 for just the second time franchise history. Both games happening here where there was a shutout.
Yeah, last night Michael Gain went 7 innings, allowed 3 runs on 3 hits. He had 5 strikeouts. Then Jordan Smith came in, worked the 8th inning, gave up a run on 3 hits as the first 3 batters recorded a hit off the Prospects closer, who came in a relief appearance. Michael Gain was strong to start. Nick Cardinal went 7 innings for the Giants, allowed 7 hits, had 5 strikeouts, did not give up a run as him and Nate McKenrick teamed up for the shutout. Giants have their work cut out for them now, though, here now, down by 4 in the bottom of the 5th inning. As they trail by 4, it'll be Adam North leading things off, followed by Jordan Stickler and John Loschiavo, the designated hitter. Adam North 1 for 1 with a solo home run in the 3rd inning. Crushed one over the left field wall at the first pitch he saw. Holds off on that pitch that misses low for ball 1.
Didn't like it as much as the first pitch that he sent yard in the 3rd inning, that's for sure.
North watches another pitch that's in there for strike 1. North with a hard hit ball. This one will split the infielders. That one's right up the gut. And Adam North on with a leadoff single.
Adam North able to get on base, and he's followed by Stickler, who has an unreal on-base percentage with 750 from all of those walks and hit by pitches. Doesn't hit a whole lot, but by those statistics, he gets on base a lot.
Matt Kootenay is well in at 3rd. Stickler at the plate, but Stickler swings away, sends a chopper to short. Takar will make the throw across, get the out, but Stickler does get the job done as he advances North down to 2nd and into scoring position.
North took a step or 2 off of the 2nd base going towards 3rd. Thought better of it and stayed on 2nd.
The leadoff man, John Loschiavo at the dish. He's 0 for 2 here tonight. Struck out his last at-bat. Entered play batting .471 amongst the league leaders in the WNBL. Pitch from Emmons misses low and away. Hard hit ball. This one will get up the middle. That one's through. Rounding third is North. Here comes the throw to the plate. North sliding in. He's safe. Loschiavo trying to go to second. The throw. Loschiavo missed the bag, and they're going to say he got tagged. A late call there by the second base umpire. Loschiavo with the RBI single, but then with the throw coming in from Landferman to home, tried to take off for second. Aggressive base running by the Giants, and Loschiavo thrown out. And again, it's Casati with that good, strong arm from behind home plate.
A much better arm from behind home plate with the catcher. Procopio attempted a few times to try and catch the runners stealing, but after the first one he missed, he knew he wasn't going to get them, so he just waited because there was also other Giants that could have advanced. What actually happened at one of the points where there was a double steal, and Lindau, the catcher last night for the Giants, was able to steal home because of it.
With 2 away now in the bottom of the 5th inning, Chris Panzarella at the plate. Count 1-2 to the Giants shortstop. Pitch misses upstairs. Adam North has both runs scored here tonight for the Giants. An RBI single by Loschiavo, but thrown out at second. A little bit too aggressive as Panzarella laces one into center field. That'll be a base hit. As with 2 outs again, the Giants keeping the inning alive.
Your third baseman, number 10,
And now you look at Richard, there the Giants being a little bit too aggressive at times on the base pass as Loschiavo doesn't run there and Panzarella gets on. You now have 2 base runners on with just 1 out.
Speaking with Pat Riley before the game, he liked how aggressive they were, and they were able to.
There's a hard hit ball by Rahela, and that one gets through past the second baseman. A diving effort by Kalikton as Rahela swings at the first pitch he sees, and that's another base hit. And the Giants with 2 outs, runners at first and second for the first baseman, Brandon Green.
Speaking with Pat Riley before the game, he liked how they played last night, being aggressive on the base pass. They got away with 4 steals last night, but in all of their attempts tonight, Loschiavo, Panzarella, who just hit a single shortly ago, and I'm missing one, Richardson, all getting thrown out tonight. He's probably not going to be as happy that they're being as aggressive as they were last night. Yeah, that's the end of my thought.
Okay. Quick mound visit by manager Ray Brown, and Scott Gillespie is up and throwing in the Prospects bullpen as the Giants have 4 singles here in the 5th. 2 runners on right now for the first baseman, Brandon Green. 2 outs, Giants trailing 5-2.
Brandon Green has 0 for 2 tonight, but 2 big pop outs. 1 to center and 1 to left.
Green checks his swing and bunts it right back to the pitcher, and that's an easy throw over to first for Emmons, and Green doesn't like that. He thought it was a pitch he liked. He half swung and ended up hitting the ball. And with 2 runners left on base, the Giants do get 1 run in and cut the deficit down to 3, but they trail 5-2 through 5 innings of play.
The Giants getting their timely hitting tonight, but they aren't cashing in as many runs as they would have liked. Taylor, you did mention that Oschiavo got caught stealing, and if he was on base there, they might have had an extra run, scored, or there could have been a double play there with that weird bunt play where the pitch wasn't quite what Green thought he was getting.
We'll take a break as Tyler Moskaluk heads back out for the top of the 6th inning. You're listening to Giants Baseball on Country 93.3, presented by Boston Pizza. Remember to redeem your Giants Baseball ticket at Boston Pizza, downtown or Timberley, for 10% off your meal. Some conditions apply. See in store for details. Go Giants, go.
Your country.
Your station.
Country 93.3.
Number 1 for country on the radio at 93.3 FM, 95.7 on site. But you knew that.
CJOK, Fort McMurray. Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants Baseball.
Hi, I'm Josh Iannetti, catcher for the Fort McMurray Giants. You're listening to Giants Baseball on Country 93.3.
It's so hot. Ugh, I know. No, I mean your Giants baseball t-shirt. Where'd you get it?
Did you know Bumper to Bumper is the only spot besides Shell Place to get your Giants baseball merch? Step up to the plate at Bumper to Bumper in Thickwood. And gear up for summer driving too. Bumper to Bumper has everything you need. Auto parts, accessories, cleaning and detailing products. Where's your one-stop shop to make sure you and your vehicle look hot this season? Bumper to Bumper, 213 Timberline Drive in Thickwood.
In your line of business, every minute counts. Downtime on your network means losing out on a client or valuable revenue. Keep your company running at peak performance without interruption. Microwave Computer and Telecom has a variety of preventable maintenance programs for your computer, network, and business phone systems. And have peace of mind in the event of a failure. Microwave's backup and disaster recovery programs are designed to get you back up and running. Call Microwave today, 780-790-6666.
Tony Olson leads things off in the top of the 6th. A ground ball hit to short, and Panzarella across the green with the big scoop that time for out number 1. The Prospects had a great 5th inning. They scored 5 runs on 5 hits and have taken a 5-2 lead here as we enter the 6th inning. Tyler Moskaluk back out to work the inning on the mound for the Giants. They do have activity in their bullpen, and that looks like Ryan Dunn, the Fort McMurrayite, up throwing. Scott Gillespie is warming up for the Prospects right now. Zane Takar, who's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles at the dish for Edmonton. This one hit to short. Panzarella waits for it, makes the throw across a little bit high, but Green gets that arm stretched up to make the catch for out number 2.
A lot more shortstop to first base outs this evening compared to last evening, where the Prospects really liked hitting it to Rahela, but both being able to get the ball across the diamond effectively, both also getting an error. One in each game for your third baseman and shortstop.
AJ Nitsky digs in, the number 9 hitter. He's 1 for 2, had an RBI single his last at bat, a little dribbler that ended up bouncing over the hand of Panzarella.
Well, not everybody around us can hear us.
Big cut by Nitsky as Moskaluk blows 2 straight pitches past him. Quickly ahead in the count, 0-2. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Prospects leading 5-2. Moskaluk misses low on that pitch as Nitsky holds off. The 1-2, Nitsky lunging at it, pops it up into right field. Richardson comes across and makes the catch after Moskaluk struggled in the top of the 5th. He bounces back nicely with a 1-2-3 inning. And we'll head to the bottom of the 6th with the Giants looking to claw their way back. They trail by 3. 2 up for the Fort McMurray Giants. It'll be BJ Minarson, Tristan Richardson, and Mike Bose.
Mike Bose, he's your third man up after having a very effective night last night, going 2 for 3, getting 2 runs, 2 hits, and a stolen base. He's only been able to get a single and then a strikeout. But the following innings, Adam North comes to the plate, and he's scored both times, so maybe they'll be able to hook up this time around.
He's looked good so far here in his second game for the Giants. Remember to tune in on Giants game days on Country 93.3 and on 97.9 Rock for Better Know a Giant, presented by CrossFit Crude. Better together. You can listen on game days at 7:50 a.m. and 5:20 p.m. for your Better Know a Giant. Today's feature was Jalen McMillan from Chicago, Illinois. Was the designated hitter last night.
Jalen McMillan, a very fashionable guy. He likes to be decked out in Nike.
Wished he brought more clothes, though. That's what he said. He only brought a duffel bag. Didn't bring enough clothes.
He's staying with Keith from Bumper to Bumper, and he's been pretty good to him. I've heard a few stories about their interactions, and he's making sure he has enough clothes, that's for sure.
Making sure he has some fun and has a good time up here in Fort McMurray, which is all these players want. They want to have a good time, play some baseball, and enjoy their summer away from school. It is a very busy summer for them, though. 48 games in a 2-month period. Not a lot of off days. Giants have one stretch where I believe they play 9 days in a row. It's their longest of the season. They're going to play 9 games in 10 days on their upcoming road trip.
It's baseball. You get in the bigs, it's 162 games in less than 200 days, so around 200 days.
Minarson with a hard hit ball, and again he laces this right to Percy Liu in left field. That's the second time tonight Minarson has hit one on a rope into left. Solid contact, but right to the left fielder. Liu didn't even have to move.
Minarson, in his 3 previous appearances, only able to get 1 hit, but scoring twice somehow.
Richardson lays down the bunt, spinning his Casati. The hard throw, it pops out of the glove, however, of Spillman, and Richardson beats it out. Casati with a good hard throw, but Spillman couldn't handle it. It popped out of his glove, and Richardson touched the bag before Spillman was able to catch the ball and recover. So Richardson lays down the bunt single, and the Giants playing a little bit of small ball here to get a runner on board. 9 hits apiece here in the ball game. Prospects lead 5-2. Mike Bose at the plate.
Richardson able to outrun Kusati's throw from behind the plate. He couldn't do it earlier in the game when he got caught stealing at third base.
Bose holds off, but that pitch inside for strike 1. Count 1-1. Bose struck out looking. His last at bat did not like that call. Had a few choice words for the home plate umpire.
They seem to be on better terms this at bat.
We'll see how the rest of the at bat goes. Pretty good crowd here tonight at Shell Place. A reminder, your next Giants home game not until June 19th. It's a Tuesday when they open a 4-game set against the Medicine Hat Mavericks. They'll play Tuesday to Friday. Get your tickets at the Shell Place box office or online, fortmcmurraygiants.ca. We will bring you the first 2 games of that series, Tuesday and Wednesday, June 19th and 20th. You can catch every Giants home broadcast now on YouTube, on the Fort McMurray Giants YouTube page. And when we are here broadcasting 14 of the 24 home games, you can hear our radio feed on the YouTube broadcast. Mike Bose checks his swing, but that pitch is in there for strike 2. Count 2-2, 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. One runner on is Richardson. He stands at first.
On the 20th is my next broadcast back. And by golly, if our beer batter is not sponsored, I'm going to amp it up.
You better talk up our sales team then.
In our pregame, I'm going to mention it. In our interview with either Pat or the opposing coach, I'm going to bring it up, I promise you, if it's not sponsored.
Okay.
You're not going to be here anyway.
I'm not here on the 20th. It'll be myself and Ben on the 19th and you and Ben on the 20th. Our rotating broadcast crew.
There's only 3 of us, and then when we're gone for your wedding, we have...
Mike Bose hits this one up the middle, but coming across, not able to tag Richardson, and Bose is safe at first. A little bit of confusion there by Takar and Collecton. They both went for the ball. Takar got there first. He tried to tag Richardson as he was too far away from second base, missed him, and then was late getting the throw off to Spillman, and Bose beat it out. And the Giants have 2 aboard now with 1 away, and it's the big hitting Adam North at the plate. He's 2 for 2, and this will warrant a mound visit from Ray Brown, and this might be it here for the starter, Emmons.
Kusati not really happy about how that play transpired either. He made his way out to the mound with Ray Brown and gave his knee a little slap with his glove.
And that is going to be it for Dylan Emmons as Scott Gillespie will come into the game. Emmons leaves after 5 1/3, but the 2 runners left on are still his. Has given up 10 hits, 2 runs so far. Scott Gillespie from Edmonton, Alberta. He's a tall pitcher, 6'4", 205 pounds. He's a sophomore at the Prairie Baseball Academy, former teammate of Nick Cardinal of the Giants.
Gillespie is also a returning player from last year. Played 14 games for the Prospects, started 5 of those. Pitched 50 innings. Had 18 earned runs, 22 walks, 37 strikeouts. Collecting 1 win, 3 wins, 1 loss and 1 save.
And Gillespie here this season, this will be his 3rd relief appearance. He's worked 2 innings so far, has not allowed a hit or a run, and has struck out 3 batters. And due up for the Giants is Adam North. Jordan Stickler stands on deck, and then John Laschiavo in the hole. Runners on first and second, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Giants trying to get back in this ball game after the Prospects scored 5 in the top of the 5th and have taken a 5-2 lead.
I've said it a lot this year. The Giants have got timely hitting, and this is a time where they could use another timely hit from Adam North, who's 2 for 2 tonight, the catcher. Got a dinger out in left field. Had Lou looking over his shoulder, and he said bye-bye to that one, and then got a single in the 5th, last inning. Came around to score both times. I mean, you always score when you hit a home run.
Do you?
Yeah. At least that's what they tell me.
That's what they tell you?
That's what they tell me.
Mike Bose stands on first. Tristan Richardson is at second. Adam North is at the plate for the Giants. As they will see Scott Gillespie for the first time this season. First pitch in there for strike 1 as Gillespie getting some jeers here from the Giants faithful in behind their dugout.
Not big Scott Gillespie fans, I take it.
The 0-1 North watches that pitch low, evens the count at 1-1. North, a hard hit ball. That one will get through. Rounding third is Richardson. The throw is coming home. There'll be a play at the plate, and he's out. What a throw from Lanferman as he guns out Tristan Richardson at home. After Adam North hits one right up the middle, but a big time out there as Casati even had time to brace himself at home. What an arm from Lanferman.
Adam North able to reach base again. Giants still have 2 on with 2 out, and the always dangerous Jordan Stickler at the plate.
3 straight singles for the Giants, but Richardson thrown out at home. After Adam North connects, he's now 3 for 3 in the ball game. Mike Bowes at second. The infield is playing in a little bit on Stickler. Kootenay well in at third. He's in on the grass. That pitch, strike 2 called, as they know Stickler likes to play small ball. Sometimes he'll try to lay down a bunt. He's got great speed.
He hasn't tried to, he hasn't got a board to try and steal a base, but if he were to bunt, Casati's got a really good arm on him. He's thrown out a lot of guys tonight.
That pitch skips in, but Casati does a good job of trapping it, keeps it in front of him. Pitch misses low, evens the count up at 2-2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Giants with runners on first and second. And Jordan Stickler at the plate, the Giants center fielder. Pitch misses well outside, brings the count full. And with 2 away here, the runners will be on the move. It's Adam North at first, Mike Bowes at second.
Jordan Stickler, a very patient hitter himself, though. He's got 4 base on balls and then 3 hit by pitch this year so far, so.
The 3-2 Stickler in on the hand, sends one to third. Charging in is Kootenay. Gets the throw over to first, and that'll end the inning and the threat from the Giants. They get 3 hits, but unable to cash a run in. And we'll head to the 7th inning with the Prospects continuing to lead 5-2.
Giants fans, this is your last call for 50-50 tickets. Sales will end at the end of the 7th inning.
Much different game from last night. The Giants, they're leading in hits, but not leading in the game going into the 7th inning. Down 5-2. Coming to the plate is our friend from Taiwan, Percy Liu.
We'll take a break as we head to the 7th inning. We will see a pitching change as Fort McMurray, Ryan Dunn takes to the hill. You're listening to Boston Pizza Giants Baseball on Country 93.3.
You're listening to Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants Baseball on Country 93.3.
After a long, cold winter, we finally passed that hurdle, and it's time to get down and dirty in the garden.
Ooh la la.
Find everything everything you need to get your yard and garden in tip-top shape for summer at Home Hardware. Choose from a huge selection of soils, seeds, plants, and rocks. Plus, patio furniture and barbecues to turn your yard into an oasis. Soak up every moment of the season with a little help from Home Hardware on Franklin Avenue in Fort McMurray.
Feel the heat in all the right places this summer when you invite Cancel Safety to the party. Let Cancel's highly trained team get up in the exhaust and hood of your commercial kitchen, and they'll leave it fully cleaned and ready to safely handle all the heat. With a mobile unit bringing Cancel to you 24/7 and the highest quality fire protection services and products, the good times never end badly with Cancel Safety. Locally owned and operated and online at cancel.ca. That's CANSAL.ca.
Ryan Dunn enters the game for the Fort McMurray Giants here in the top of the 7th inning. They trail 5-2. Tyler Moskaluk works 6 innings, allows 5 runs on 9 hits, and is in line for the loss right now as the Giants looking for a late inning comeback here as they head to the bullpen, and Ryan Dunn makes his 2nd appearance of the season.
That you are right, Taylor. Ryan Dunn this season so far has pitched 2 innings, allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned. There was a double that he gave up. Had not too bad of a year collegiately either. But last year, he also played for the Giants. Sorry, I couldn't find my stats from last year, or his collegiate year.
Ryan Dunn in his 3rd year with the Fort McMurray Giants. Last year he made just 7 appearances as a pitcher. He was used as a utility player, played a lot of second base as well, DH'd a few times. He had a 3.17 ERA, worked 17 innings, had 10 strikeouts, 1 walk, 11 hits. He had a good year there as this pitch fouled off down the line by Percy Liu. In 2016, he appeared in the 2nd most games out of any Giants pitcher, just behind Nick Cardinal, who had 18. Dunn had 17 appearances, started a game, worked 33 innings, and he had a 1-2 record. As Liu laces this one deep into right field, backing up is Richardson, makes the catch just in front of the warning track. Allowed out number 1 here in the top of the 7th. And for the first time tonight, Percy Liu is retired.
Ryan Dunn, he was at CCBC this year, and he started 4 of his 8 games that he appeared in.
He was at the University of Calgary.
So CC, oh, that's the
Canadian
league.
Collegiate Baseball Conference.
I don't know. I'm flying by the seat of my pants here.
You're doing good. Keep going. Sorry I interrupted.
He played in the CCBC for the UFC. You happy now, Taylor?
There you go.
Are you proud of me, Dad? Is that a little weird?
Yeah, that was weird. Greatest stats.
As we all know, he's from Fort McMurray, allowed 11 walks, 13 strikeouts over 21 and 2 innings pitched.
This is a hard hit ball right up the middle. That one will split the infielders, and Clifton is on here with 1 away in the top of the 7th.
Clifton, first hit of the night. He comes from the University of Hawaii. In his first 3 games, he had 5 hits, 2 runs. He has an additional one tonight, 3 RBIs, 5 hits. I don't know if I said that. He was hitting .385, but after going 1 for 4 tonight, that's going to drop.
Dunn checking the runner, throws it over to first to Green. Ryan Dunn gave manager Pat Riley a chuckle with his little imager that we have playing during Giants broadcasts. Said, I can't believe you got him to say that. He doesn't say 2 words in the clubhouse.
He did a lot better. We have one running for Josh Ionetti, and it took him 4 or 5 takes, but Ryan Dunn, he's a one-hit wonder, I tell you.
Well, Dunn went second, and he learned quickly. It's like, I'm going to get this done in 1 take and get the hell out of here.
Yeah. It was an early morning, so rightly so he wanted to probably go back to bed.
Dunn's Dino team struggled a little bit this season. had a rough year. He said they were a very young squad and hoping to bounce back next year.
Just about dropped my clipboard off the edge there.
That would not have been good.
Yeah, there's a few people below us.
This one's hit towards short. Diving effort by Panzarella. Keeps it in the infield, but doesn't have a play. And that'll be another base hit for Matt Kootenay. And runners now on first and second with one out. And Anthony Casati comes up to the plate.
Anthony Casati is your beer batter for the night. This is his 4th plate appearance. This plate appearance for the beer batter is brought to you by the Ball Boy. The Ball Boy. He's the boy who gets the balls and the bat whenever he needs to be. If you want to be a ball boy, I don't know how you can make that happen, but you could be if you come down to the Giants and talk to him. The Ball Boy, the beer batter for the beer batter spotter. Beer batter sponsor for the 7th inning.
If you're going to try to sell something, Richard, you need all the details. To be a ball boy, you get in contact with the Fort McMurray Giants.
I said that they come down here and talk.
At first, though, you said, I don't know how you do that.
See, this is the proof that I didn't really prep these.
That's true. Casati with a blooper. That's going to land in right field. Rounding third is collecting the throw by Richardson. The play at the plate. He's safe at home. The throw to third. And getting it is Kootenay. Aggressive base running by the prospects. They score a run, and Kootenay goes from first to third on the RBI single from Anthony Casati, his first hit of the ball game.
And he was given quite the finger wag to all the Giants faithful here, saying, "No, you're not getting not getting free cheap beer this time."
Prospects take a 6-2 lead here in the top of the 7th inning. An RBI single from Anthony Casati as he bloops one over the head of Brandon Green at first. Richardson with a good throw home, but it was a little high, and North didn't have a play on a tag on Clifton, who came in to score from second, and Kootenay took off and ends up going from first to third. So runners on the corners with just one out here in the 7th. This one hit out into right field. Richardson fading over. He'll make the catch, tagging up at third.
Take it home.
And scoring as the ball is just getting thrown around right now. Kootenay comes in to score from third, and going from first to second is Casati. He gets plunked with the ball. I don't know where Richardson was throwing that ball. Threw it over the cutoff man's head. That was Benarson. I believe he's trying to hit Panzarella at short. Went over his head, ended up being scooped up by Liam Rahela. The Giants get it out, but a sacrifice fly by Nick Spillman scores a run. And the prospects slowly trying to pull away here in this one. It's now 7-2 in the top of the 7th inning. There's a hard hit ball again into right field, this time by Lanferman. Richardson throws this one, cut off by Green. The throw to third to Rahela, and the tag on Casati. They got him. A double play by the Giants, and they get out of the inning.
Oh, he got stuck on third.
It was a base hit by Lanferman. We're sorry,
it was a line out to right by Lanferman. Richardson chucks it in to Green, who is in between first and home.
It wasn't a line out. It was a base hit by Lanferman.
No.
Threw it in. They tagged Casati. There was 2 outs.
Oh, I got that wrong then. Whatever. The inning's over.
I said it was a double play. That's why it threw me off. It wasn't a double play because the ball dropped. It was a base hit by Lanferman, but Casati trying to be extra aggressive. Rounded third hard, and the Giants ended up gunning him out at third base.
See, that's where I got the line out, because you said it was a double play.
Yeah, I know. I threw you off.
It's all your fault.
It really is. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm here to make you sound good, not the other way around.
Trying. It was a big inning, though, for the Prospects. 4 hits. They scored 2 runs. And they take a 7-2 lead here into the bottom of the 7th as we hit the 7th inning stretch. Brought to you by Home Hardware. Home Hardware, the experts always willing to teach you. Here's how. Are you stretching out?
Yeah, it's the 7th inning stretch.
You got to get some good groin stretches by Zachary Coronius. He knows what to do.
Yeah, I'll have to ask him the next game that I'm at.
Giants need some runs, and they need them quickly here. And we'll start with the top of the order. John Lasciavo, Chris Panzarella, Liam Rahela due up here in the bottom of the 7th.
The last time those 3 were up, they all got singles, but John Lasciavo thought he could take a second base, and he got caught. So got a premature out there, which could have led to a few more Giants runs, but who knows what could have happened. Now I smell hamburgers.
Is that what that is? I think it's chicken wings. It's wing night.
It's not chicken wings.
It's definitely chicken wings.
Have you ever smelled chicken wings in your life? That is not what a chicken wing smells like.
Chicken wings. Deep fried chicken wings.
It's probably whatever the person over there is eating out of that brown.
That one's hit to first base. Racing over is Lasciavo. He beats it out as Gillespie bobbled the ball. That's what the Giants needed. A bit of a break there, and they have a leadoff runner. Looks like chicken wings, man. I'm telling you, it's chicken wings.
Who eats chicken wings with a fork?
Someone that doesn't want to get their hands dirty.
Some people's kids, I tell you. Eating chicken wings.
And they smell delicious, and now I want some.
They do smell delicious. Why am I so hungry? Always.
Always hungry.
We need another beer batter so I can talk about food.
Strike 1 in there to Panzarella. Lasciavo stands at first. Your 7th inning stretch was presented by Home Hardware. Home Hardware, the experts always willing to teach you. Here's how. Pitch misses low by Gillespie. Lasciavo now 2 for 4 at the plate, keeping his average up. He entered play batting .471.
Very weird night for Giants baseball in comparison to last night.
This ball gets away, a wild pitch by Gillespie, and Lasciavo will trot down to second and head into scoring position.
There has been 25 hits tonight and not a lot of runs. Not as many as that first night when there was all those walks, only 6 hits and 13 runs scored. Got 12 hits with only 2 runs scored tonight for the Giants and 7 runs on 13 hits for the Prospects.
Panzarella, that one nearly skimmed his jersey, but it's called a strike as that evens up the count at 2-2.
If you go, you're not.
And Panzarella gets caught watching. Strike 3 called as the big man sits down, and he has some words for the home plate umpire as he heads back to the dugout.
Still talking as he's going down the stairs into the dugout.
So 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Lasciavo stands at second, and Liam Rahela heads to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a walk here tonight. Rahela swings at the first pitch and fouls it off to the Giants' dugout. Nathan Davis is up and throwing, the right-hander in the Giants' bullpen.
And he's chucking some balls at Lindau as we have Josh Ionetti up in the... Well, he's not in the bumper-to-bumper broadcast booth, but he's pretty close to it.
He's at the stats table, working the score clock tonight.
I'm a baseball guy. Pretty close.
Rahela fouls that one back.
I was doing so good. So good. That one just made me flinch a little bit.
Oh, man. Not even a little. You flinched hard. You ran away.
No, it was like a flinch, and then I was like, I totally seen it. I need to just, like, walk it off.
There's no way I wasn't seeing that one. 0-2 to Rahela, and that pitch just misses outside. Casati tried to frame it.
Good eye. I was way outside. Take that,
Our Mike is picking up some of that. The talk of the attendees tonight, and they agreed that was way outside.
Rahela fouls this one off down the left field line. That'll land in between the ballpark and the football field.
Yeah, we were standing out there earlier, and last night there was a hard foul that I thought would have landed over there, and Taylor, you stood out there and put your hands on your hips all dad-like, and like, I don't think it could make it.
There's a hard hit ball by Rahela. This one sailing deep. That'll drop as it splits the gap and heads to the wall. Lasciavo will come in to score as Rahela hits a one-out RBI double.
Walking on to home base. Nothing better.
Giants continuing to try to chip away at this Prospects lead. It's 7-3.
It's Rahela's. Yeah, that's the right person. That's Rahela's first extra base hit of the season and his third RBI.
I don't want to get addicted.
He had 12 doubles through his collegiate year, playing in the CCBC at TRU. Boom, nailed it. I'm getting good at this.
Rahela with a hard hit ball there, sailed over the head of Landferman in right center. Stands at second, Brandon Green at the plate. Green holds off. Pitch misses outside. Count 1-1 to the Giants' first baseman. Prospects scored 2 in the top of the inning to extend their lead to 5. Giants have cut that down to 4. It's 7-3. Both teams with 13 hits in the ballgame. Had a great pitching matchup last night. There was 13 hits in total in last night's game. A 4-0 Giants win. Tonight, 26 hits, but still pretty good pitching matchup between Dylan Emmons and Tyler Moskala. That one hits Green on the hand, and he'll get a free pass to first base.
Learn how to pitch.
That's the first hit batter I've seen where they've made any reaction of pain, joy, sorrow, happiness. Well, I've seen they've been pretty happy when they've got hit in the past, but Green made a very ouch, that hurt face.
Have you ever been hit on the hands with a baseball? It
don't want
hurts.
to.
A lot.
Don't want to. I'm sure getting hit in the back / ribs would hurt a lot too, but I don't want either to happen because these guys are throwing a lot harder than you or I could.
And this is going to warrant a mound visit now from manager Ray Brown as Gillespie struggling here in the bottom of the 7th. Runners at first and second, 1 out. BJ Menarson at the plate. And I think manager Brown just trying to tell him to calm down a little bit. Just a little quick pep talk. There is an arm up and throwing, a right-hander in the Prospects bullpen. I can't see who that is.
It's those yellow jerseys. They are not very helpful.
They're hard to see the numbers from a distance on those ones.
I want it. I'm going to start keep working. Oh, you got the green up till then. It's like, no, I don't let it happen. Not even you. God damn it. Put back here at the park. Here, free champagne.
Count 1-0 to Minarson. He's lined out twice here tonight to left field. Holds off. That pitch blows past him for strike one. Minarson 0 for 3 in the ball game.
Hitting the ball very well, but just right to Lou twice in left field, and then Takar being able to get under a pop-up in the fourth.
That ball skips in, gets away from Casati. Both runners wanted to go. Rahela was motioning, but Casati got to the ball. It just didn't get away from him far enough for Rahela or Green to advance.
Minarson thought it went a little farther behind Casati than it did, so he started to tell Liam Rahela to go, but then quickly, nope, get your butt back to second base, friend.
He's considered halfway.
The 2-1 to Minarson, and he fouls this one back off the netting.
He's considered mid-run because he can actually beat the one. So if they throw the second
Minarson with a hard hit ball. That one will drop in the outfield. Rounding third is Rahela. The ball gets away from Landferman. He has to pass it off to the right fielder. Here comes Green trying to score from first. He's in there. A double for BJ Minarson. And Brandon Green chugging around all the way from first comes in to score. And it's a 7-5 ball game as Landferman has not gotten up in center field as the trainer, Jessica Chartrand for the Giants, hustled out there. Landferman bobbled the ball as he got there first. Wasn't able to throw it. He had to flip it over to Nitsky, who got it in, and that delay allowed Green to score all the way from first.
8-2-0-1.
Yeah, kind of blanking there. Definitely concerned about the center fielder Landferman needing help to get off, but BJ Minarson able to, well, he connected every time he came up to the plate, but that time it was able to drop and he got a double. The Giants making this one interesting, being able to score 3. They have a guy on base, on second base, in scoring position still, with only 1 out. And we have Tristan Richardson up. It's 3 for 3 tonight.
And Landferman not putting any weight on his one leg, so looked like maybe he jammed his foot in the turf. That could be a knee injury.
I'm a man who knows about knee injuries, and I've walked like that with a knee injury, but I thought he was putting weight on it. Yeah, it's his knee.
So Landferman getting helped off. We will see a substitution in center field. It looks like Percy Liu is going to move from left to center, and coming into the game again, it's hard to see numbers.
I don't see it. Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
It looks like it is 16, maybe? Looks like it's David LeBlanc who's coming into the game. He'll play left field as Landferman gets an ovation here as he gets carried off the field. It's always a tough injury. You never see anyone get injured.
I don't believe it's number 16 because that's not sure. Oh, yeah, it is. I lied. Could very well be number 16, but I cannot see. Oh, yes. I see what you're saying.
Nitsky helped Landferman off all the way from right field. That's a long way for him to go, and now he's got to jog back, so Tyler Hodder helping out of the Giants to help Landferman get to the training room. It's a long way to go when you get injured in the outfield.
Yeah. Just about need a golf cart to carry that guy.
We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Giants have scored 3 runs and cut the Prospects' lead down to 2. It's 7-5 after a 2-run RBI double by B.J. Minarson. And he stands at second base. Tristan Richardson about to come to the plate. And standing on deck is Mike Bowes, and Ray Brown pointing at his outfielders, telling them where he wants them, and that's going to be it for Gillespie as his night is done. He'll come out of the ball game. So we'll see a pitching change. And again, I can't see the number, so I don't know who this is coming in yet.
The guys in the outfield are talking to each other. Looks like Nitsky kind of knows what happened, so he's telling the other two.
He jammed his knee in the turf. When we were talking to Coronius, he mentioned the turf with your spikes. It's harder to slide on it, so your spikes sometimes get wedged in the turf, and that might have been what happened to Lanferman as he injures his knee and gets helped off. Coming into the game is number 32, Rich Walker from Cave Creek, Arizona. He's a sophomore at Mesa Community College.
Walker, one of those new players for the Prospects, as they have over 20 returning players this season.
Walker's made 1 appearance so far here this season. He worked 2 innings, struck out a batter, didn't allow a hit, didn't allow a run. As he comes in to work the bottom of the 7th here with 1 out. As Gillespie struggles in his appearance here tonight. And Rich Walker will take over.
So we are saying that replacing Lanferman is... Where was it?
David LeBlanc.
That's the guy's name I was looking for.
Walker warmed up and Richardson heads to the plate here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Minarson stands at second. As the Giants have clawed their way back here in the bottom of the 7th, they now trail by 2. It's 7-5. As Walker quickly steps off the rubber and takes a closer look at Minarson at second base. Richardson has looked good at the plate here tonight. He's 3 for 3 with 3 singles. Takes a first pitch strike to lead off the at-bat. Giants now 14 hits in the ball game. Prospects 13. The 0-1 to Richardson holds off. That's ball 1 high.
Lots of cheering from the crowd right now. Outside pitch, it's a 2-1 count to Richardson.
Big hit here for Richardson would be huge for the Giants trying to mount the comeback.
They are making it interesting. 3 runs scored so far in this inning. 2 doubles, 2 singles for 4 hits.
Richardson in on the hands, fouls this one off down the left field line.
So, Dad Waste Holder, do you think that one made it over to the...
What'd you call me, Dad Waste Holder?
Yeah,
what does that mean?
before the game, you put your hand on your hips, and you're like, I don't think a foul ball could make it onto the SMS Equipment Stadium. I think that one did.
I don't think it did. It's a long way to go. Richardson holds off, and the pitch catches the upper half of the strike zone. And Walker comes in and strikes out the first batter he sees, and that's a huge out there. Now 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th.
Second strikeout of the inning. 1 for Gillespie, 1 for Walker.
Both looking. And that'll bring up Mike Bowes, the left fielder. Another strong night at the plate for him. He's 2 for 3. He went 2 for 3 last night. The throw back to second, and Minarson just gets that right hand in there. Takar making that quick move from short over to second as they're keeping a close eye on BJ Minarson. They know he has some pretty good speed.
It's Minarson's first time on base tonight. No stolen bases yet throughout the season.
Bowes holds off, the pitch inside for ball 1.
11 stolen bases through his collegiate year this so.
That pitch misses low. Ball 2. On deck is Adam North, the catcher. He's also had a big game tonight. He's 3 for 3 with 2 runs scored, including a solo home run. Bowes holds off again, and that pitch misses low. 3-0 the count.
The crowd jeering Walker left, right, and the center.
Getting all over the Prospects relief pitcher.
Good pitch or what?
That one was close to our mic.
That pitch in there as Bowes given the red light with the 3-0 count.
Barely. Bad young bird.
Bottom of the 7th. Prospects lead 7-5. Taylor Pope, Richard Kapatch up in our Bumper to Bumper broadcast booth. Bumper to Bumper, 2 convenient locations. One in Thickwood, one in Gregoire. As Walker loses Bowes, he skips a pitch in. Crowd getting to him, and Bowes draws the walk, and the Giants get another base runner here for the catcher, Adam North.
Adam North, as Taylor said, been able to reach base all 3 times. All 3 times. Well, no, that was a lie. 2 singles and a dinger. So I like to call him.
He's batted now in 3 straight innings.
I'm going to take someone to beer about
That pitch in there for strike 1. North didn't really like the call. Runners on first and second, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. The Giants have scored 3 runs in the inning and trail by 2. That pitch bounces in. Casati traps it, keeps it in front of him.
Looks like Ryan Dunn's night is done for the Giants as Davis has half of his coat on, just keeping that one arm warm. It's starting to get a little chilly here. 10:05 at Shell Place.
North with a big swing there, and the pitch blows past him for strike 2.
Swinging for the fences on that one.
The 1-2 as the fans going after Walker. Checks his swing as North. Ball gets away as it goes to the backstop, and both runners advance. They checked if North went around. He did not. Spillman still arguing, saying he went around. He did not, as it was waved off by the first base umpire. Both runners advance, so Minarson heads down to third. Bose over to second on the wild pitch. And the count 2-2 to Adam North.
The second and third runners to advance on the wild pitch. This
swing
inning.
and a miss. The ball gets away, but North, they're going to say tipped it. So a foul ball. Casati unable to catch it for the third out.
John Laschiavo, the first batter up this inning. He advanced from first to second on a wild pitch. Off Scott Gillespie.
And Brown's going to have a mound visit here with the count at 2-2. Nobody's up and throwing in the Prospects bullpen, so this is just a quick chat about the at-bat. Brown quickly heads back to the Prospects dugout. Casati's still out on the mound chatting with the pitcher, Rich Walker.
Trying to devise a plan on how to shut down Adam North for the first time tonight. Taking their time, though. Home plate umpire was out there, came back, and then was halfway out before Casati.
That was a long mound visit by Anthony Casati. Minarson stands at third, Bose at second. It's Adam North at the plate. The count 2-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. The pitch, and this one fouled off by North. That'll end and land in the concourse. A long 7th inning here, our longest inning of the ball game. Prospects scored 2 in the top. Giants have 3 so far here in the bottom half. North hits one towards third. It's scooped up, thrown across by Kootenay and caught by Spillman for the third out. The Prospects get out of the inning. North unable to cash in another run, but the Giants do score 3 and make this game interesting. They trail by 2 as we head to the 8th inning. Three runs on 4 hits for the Giants. 2 runners left on base. That's the 4th inning in a row the Giants have left 2 runners on board as we head to the top of the 8th inning with the Giants trailing by 2. You're listening to Boston Pizza Giants Baseball on Country 93.3. Remember to redeem your Giants baseball ticket at Boston Pizza downtown or Timberley for 10% off your meal. Some conditions apply. See in store for details. Go Giants, go.
Number 1 on your preset.
Number 1 for country.
This is CJOK Country 93.3 Fort McMurray.
All right, let's play ball. You're listening to Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants Baseball
on Country 93.3.
In your line of business, every minute counts. Downtime on your network means losing out on a client or valuable revenue. Keep your company running at peak performance without interruption. Microwave Computer and Telecom has a variety of preventable maintenance programs for your computer, network, and business phone systems. And have peace of mind in the event of a failure. Microwave's backup and disaster recovery programs are designed to get you back up and running. Call Microwave today, 780-790-6666.
A pitching change by manager Pat Riley as Ryan Dunn works just the one inning. Nathan Davis now into the game from Florence, Kentucky. He's a sophomore at Robert Morris University. His third appearance so far here of the season. He struggled in his first two. Nathan Davis so far this year, 2 appearances. He's only worked 1 inning. He's allowed 7 hits, 8 runs, 7 of them earned, a pair of walks. He has struck out 1 batter. He has a 49 ERA right now.
And at the plate for the Prospects is Tony Olson. He is
swinging at the first pitch, pops it up to second base as Narson gets under it and makes the catch for out number 1.
Who is now 0 for 4 on the night. Reaching on an error and scoring in the 5th, but that doesn't matter because we have a new person to talk about.
Zane Takar, who's 2 for 3 tonight, heads to the plate. On deck is AJ Nitsky. Davis gets a pitch in there for strike 1. Davis came in that season opener, a rain-filled affair, with the Giants leading 9-4, and really struggled with the weather as the Bulls ended up scoring 6 runs in that inning that he came in to start and took a 10-9 lead, but the Giants battled back and ended up walking away with a 13-10 win. Davis also pitched on Sunday in the loss to the Bulls. Even the people on the scoreboard getting chirped.
Josh Iannetti not doing his job very well.
The 1-2 and now pitch the fans thought looked good, but he doesn't get the call. Count even at 2-2.
Adam North thought it was good. He talked to home plate umpire, said a few words, said, "Okay, boss, let's get back to it."
The 2-2 from Davis is fouled off by Takar, and this one almost went right into the food truck.
That was they're going to probably be asked to move now.
You got to pay attention at all times. That one went right over the top of the netting and ended up bouncing off the front of the food truck.
Yeah, like the front window that the people talk to you from, and a fan barehanded it off the truck.
Takar hits this one to short. Panzarella the flip to first. And out number 2 for the Prospects.
Took his sweet time there, it seemed like. Takar was closing the gap pretty quick, and it was a bang-bang play.
That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, AJ Nitsky. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI single back in the 5th inning. 5th inning was the big inning for the Prospects. They scored 5 runs.
He also got a few extra steps on his Fitbit when he helped Jake Lanferman, injured from center field, off the field. We're hoping he's doing okay.
Nitsky hits this one to first. Lunging across was Green. What a catch. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Nathan Davis. What a snag by Brandon Green at first base as he robs AJ Nitsky of a base hit.
You'll see that one on TSN tonight. Tune in. You'll hear the play-by-play, wonderful play-by-play from Taylor Pope. I didn't say a whole lot during the play. I'm just, you know where to find it.
You know where to find it. You said you were, what, just here for comedic relief?
Yeah, to make you look better.
Well, you're doing a good job of that.
Oh, thanks.
As we head to the bottom of the 8th inning, after a 1-2-3 inning defensively for the Fort McMurray Giants. As look at this service here from Dutch Iannetti. It's wing night at the ballpark, and he brings us up some chicken wings to try out, Richard.
I'm not going to say. I thought he was just bringing it for you. He put it on your side of the table at first.
Dutch-style wings on the menu at Stroudy's, and that was the most wings we've ever sold in Stroudy's. Dutch-style wings. We have them here. Dutch-style wings. It's on the menu at Bruce's.
Hold on, Dutch. Let me get you a mic. Dutch, tell this story on the air.
Yeah, I'm going to eat this and you tell it.
Okay, so Dutch, we got your chicken wings up here. It's wing night, the first one of the season, and you're just telling the story of the Dutch-style wings.
I'm telling the story of the Dutch-style wings back in about 93, 94 at Stroudy's Pub. For all you old folks out there that remember it, we had, experimented up there and come up with a recipe, and we called it the Dutch-style wings. So guess what? We have them now at Mac Island at the stadium. And they sold out tonight.
Sold out?
Absolutely.
Awesome. That's great to hear. Richard, you ate one already in about 3 seconds. How was it?
Delicious. Do recommend.
Do recommend.
It's like hot and sweet.
You get the approval from Richard here up in the broadcast booth, the Dutch-style wings. So come down. Make sure you get down to Shell Place. Concession food is unbelievable this year at Giants games. And Wing Wednesday, you can buy a pound of wings for $9. If you want a beer, it's $15. Pint and a pound for $15. You can't beat that. And as Dutch just proclaimed, the Dutch-style wings here on the first Wing Wednesday sold out already. So this is the place to go for chicken wings on a Wednesday night. And you've been treated to a great baseball game so far. It's 7-5 in favor of the Edmonton Prospects as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Jordan Stickler leading things off for the Fort McMurray Giants here as they scored 3 in the bottom of the 7th, trying to make the comeback here in this ball game. Stickler checks his swing and fouls another one back off the netting. The count 0-2 to the Giants center fielder. 0 for 3 at the plate here tonight.
Taylor, you're a man of little faith.
What?
You didn't think I'd be able to eat a wing. I sucked all the meat off of that thing and you didn't say a word about
proud of it.
I am. It was delicious. I do recommend coming down for wings.
Here's a hit by Stickler. A little blooper into right field. That ball will drop. And the Giants have a leadoff runner here. A bloop single for Jordan Stickler.
I'm going to keep talking about the wings because they are mighty fine. And you don't even have to get them on Wing Wednesday. They're available every game day.
That'll bring up the top of the order, and John Loschiavo, 2 for 4 here tonight, and he's got a runner on board. And Richard, we've talked about Jordan Stickler, how dangerous he is on the base paths, and he finally gets on here tonight.
It's going to be interesting because Jordan Stickler is their best stealer. This year already, he's got 2 stolen bases. Throughout the year, he had 24 for his collegiate team, and Casati behind the plate has been unreal throwing guys out. So this is going to be a great head-to-head. We'll see if Stickler tries to steal with Casati behind the plate, being able to throw out 3 or 4 guys already tonight. Hit and run on. Stickler advances to second, and Loschiavo is out at first. With a throw over from the second base, 4-3. Stickler now at second base with Chris Panzarella up. He was up in the last inning. He struck out, so that makes him 1 for 3 on the night when he got a single in the 5th. You had to turn your mic off to eat
I
chicken.
had to try the wing. You guys are eating them. And
yeah, I didn't turn my mic off.
Dutch-style wings, big fan. They are absolutely delicious. So, Richard, I vouch with you as well. Come down to the ballpark, Wing Wednesday. Try the chicken wings. Get them Dutch-style. They're absolutely delicious. Pound of wings, just $9. If you get a pint as well, $15. Great deal. Great concession food here this year at Shell Place. And now the Giants with a runner at second. That's Jordan Stickler for the shortstop. Chris Panzarella at the plate. Watches that pitch miss low for ball 2.
You always go a little when you're in front of a bunch of guys. But it doesn't really yell.
Stickler with good speed at second base. If Panzarella can get one to touch grass, Stickler a good chance to score. There's a hard hit ball by Panzarella. That one will drop in front of the left fielder. Rounding third is Stickler. He's in to score. It's a 7-6 ball game.
Stickler easily scores from second base. The throw from Lou out of left field had not enough steam. Even if he had the best throw in his life, there is no way he was getting Stickler. He pretty much walked in. That's how fast he was going.
A big RBI single for Chris Panzarella. He leads the WNBL in RBIs entering play tonight. He had 7. He's now got 8 on the season. Picks up his second base hit, and the Giants trail by 1 here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
That's why him and John Lasciavo are hitting 1-2. They got the best batting average for the Giants.
Rahela swings first pitch. This one right back to the pitcher. The throw to first to 1. Over to first. It won't be in time. Rahela beats it out, but they get the force and the lead runner, Panzarella, at second base.
At the plate, first baseman, Brandon Green.
So that brings up Brandon Green, the first baseman. He came around to score after a single last inning.
It's the only Giant other than Adam North who has a dinger on the year. He's gone yard. 1 for 4 tonight with that single on the last inning where he came around to score. It's 2 outs, a guy on first, that guy being Liam Rahela. First pitch is a strike to Brandon Green. Brandon Green playing out of Kansas City, Kansas. And he hits that one deep into center, and it is caught by your center fielder, Lou, because he moved over.
Percy Lou gets across to make the out, but the Giants do score a run, and they'll head to the 9th inning trailing by 1. And it looks like we're going to see another pitching change here for the Fort McMurray Giants as we head to the 9th inning. We'll get you all caught up. We'll take a break. You're listening to Giants Baseball, presented by Boston Pizza on Country 93.3.
It's so hot. Ugh, I know. No, I mean your Giants baseball t-shirt. Where'd you get it?
Did you know Bumper to Bumper is the only spot besides Shell Place to get your Giants baseball merch? Step up to the plate at Bumper to Bumper in Gregoire and gear up for summer driving too. Bumper to Bumper has everything you need. Auto parts, accessories, cleaning and detailing products. Where's your one-stop shop to make sure you and your vehicle look hot this season? Bumper to Bumper, 223 McAlpine Crescent in Gregoire.
Ooh, so bold. Bright is definitely your color.
Right? I love Steve Madden. There's more.
Open it. Open it. This Cole Haan leather jacket feels so luxe. And this pre-loved top has such a fun pattern.
And I got a glossy It Cosmetics lipstick and a Pandora charm. Because, hello, spring.
Yes, girl. You could take on the world in this look.
Mm-hmm.
Style will surprise you at TSC. Today's shopping choice. Visit tsc.ca.
Matt Vonderschmidt enters the game for the Fort McMurray Giants after Nathan Davis has a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the 8th. Vonderschmidt, the 4th Giants pitcher to come into play here tonight.
Vonderschmidt just having one other appearance so far this season. Pitching 3 innings. 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Oh yeah, he threw. I thought it said that he's only pitched an inning, but how do you get 4 strikeouts in 1 inning? No, 3 innings in 1 game.
Matt Vonderschmidt from Georgia. He's a junior at Piedmont College. Him and other pitcher David Kraft are teammates there, and they're both from Georgia in the Atlanta area.
At bat is Percy Liu. Last time up was the first time in the game he hadn't reached base. Put that line out into the right field.
The pitch just misses his leg as he lunges out of the way. Count 1-1 to the prospect center fielder. Lou swings at this one, hits it off the foot of Vonderschmidt. He pops it straight up the air, makes the flip over to Green. What a play by Matt Vonderschmidt.
What a play indeed. It must have been a combination of the bottom of his cleat at the bottom of the mound where the turf starts and that hill dirt stops, that he was able to pop it up so quickly like that and have nobody come out to see if he's okay or not, because it didn't seem like it hurt him all that much either.
That was impressive. It looks like that wasn't his first time doing that.
No. It's like it's what I think that's what the cool kids do now. Instead of having to do all that bending over and picking it up, they just go kick it up to themselves.
Just pop it up.
Yep.
That'll bring up Dalen Collickton. Big swing there for strike 1, evens the count at 1-1.
Collickton able to come around and score twice, but still only 1 for 4 on the night. Getting a single and reaching on a fielder's choice. Vonderschmidt just about getting that out again, but it squeaks through him and our shortstop and second baseman Minarson going into center field, and he gets another single here in the top of the 9th with 1 out, 1 on. Matt Kootenay is at the plate after striking out his first 2 appearances. He was able to get a double and a single in the 5th and 7th respectively, scoring on both. Are you gonna eat all the wings on me?
Okay, Richard, you ate about 6, and I've had 2. So gear down on the wings.
I ate 4. It's not my fault that I eat them faster and more silent than you, that you need to turn off your mic. You gotta break the bones in part. That's your problem. You gotta break them in half and suck them. And a hit that goes in between third and shortstop, advances both of the runners. Collickton and Kootenay are now on first and second. As Adam North goes to the mound to talk to Vonderschmidt, see if they can handle our beer batter, Anthony Cusati. And I think our beer batter needs to be sponsored by those Dutch wings, because holy moly, they were unreal. They were hot wings, but then they had like this nice honey sweet aftertaste. So this beer batter in the top of the 9th is brought to you by those Dutch wings right there that we annihilated.
Dutch style wings only available at Shell Place during Giants ball games, and they are absolutely delicious. I just crushed 2 more, as Richard did a pretty good job on play-by-play there.
Yeah, I kind of lost my my helm a little bit on that Kootenay hit when I was staring at you eating the last wing. You didn't even share it with me or offer it at all before you just started eating it.
How would I share a wing with you?
You break it in half. I get half and you get half.
A wing doesn't break perfectly in half. All the meat goes onto one bone.
Oh, does it? I heard you mention that your parents are listening. I wonder what they think about all my chicken wing talk.
I don't know if they're still awake.
Oh yeah, it is pretty late over there.
It's 12:30 in Ontario now.
If they loved you, they would still be awake, Taylor.
Okay. It's very mean.
Just rubs it off.
Anthony Casati at the plate with 2 runners on here as North has to slide to keep that pitch in front of him. Vonderschmidt struggling a little bit here in the top of the 9th inning. Back-to-back singles given up by Vonderschmidt. Collecting at second and Kootenay at first. Casati pops this one up. Green hustling in from first base. Can he get there? He gets called off by North, who makes the catch in foul territory for out number 2.
Adam North able to do it on both sides of the plate tonight. Being able to get under that one and having a 3-for-4 night behind the plate. Scoring twice.
He's had a really strong game here tonight, and with 3 catchers on the roster, it's almost like a bit of an audition early in the season, as everyone wants playing time, everyone wants to play, and if one player can pull away as being red hot at the plate or just so sound defensively, it bodes well for them for getting a little bit more playing time.
It's always nice to see the hometown boy get as much playing time as you want, but if Adam North or Lindau is playing a little better than him, they're going to slot him in the lineup.
Josh Ionetti started the season catching Tyler Hodder, a longtime friend, and they've been teammates for years. And then DH'd on
Sunday.
0-2 the count here to Nick Spillman, who's facing all kind of heckles from behind home plate. 7-6 Prospects lead here in the top of the 9th. That pitch in there, that just misses. Runners on first and second. Vonderschmidt trying to get out of the inning. Spellman fouls this one off the netting. David LeBlanc stands on deck. Has not had an at-bat yet. He came in for the injured Jake Lanferman in center field. The 1-2 pitch to Spillman. That one just misses low. North tried to hold it there and hit the call. Could not get it. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. What a pitch by Vonderschmidt as he blows it past Spillman and gets out of the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th with the Giants trailing by 1.
Vonderschmidt got himself in a little bit of a pickle, figured it all out, and got a nice pop-up that Adam North got underneath and then struck out the last guy to not let the Prospects get another run. Between him and him and Davis, they were able to hold the Prospects to 0 runs in these last 2 innings.
Due up for the Giants here in the 9th, B.J. Minarson, Tristan Richardson, and Mike Bose. As the coaching staff talking with Minarson and Richardson as they are set to face Rich Walker, who came into the game in the 8th inning.
And those 3 batters have, at one time or another, made it on base and been able to make some stuff happen. If they can all do it at the same time, it could be pretty dangerous. The Giants just need 1 run to tie it, 2 runs to win. They've got 16 hits on the night.
B.J. Minarson, a 2 RBI double back in the 7th inning when the Giants scored 3 runs for Tristan Richardson. He's 3 for 4 tonight. Struck out looking his last at bat, and Mike Bowes is 2 for 3 with a walk.
That's what you're going with. I ain't saying.
Giants walked off the Edmonton Prospects last season, a 5-4 win in a game that saw Richard Ortiz hit 2 two-run home runs. And of course, the biggest one came in the bottom of the 9th inning.
On number 6.
That was late in the season when the Giants were making a push still for the playoffs, and they were trying to catch the Edmonton Prospects. It was just a little too late as they missed the playoffs by 4 games. BJ Minarson leads things off, swings at the first pitch as Walker blows it past him. Minarson swings at the second one. This one grounded to short. Takar over to first for out number 1. At the start, the Giants went into the inning a ground out for BJ Minarson, but that'll bring up the right fielder, Tristan Richardson.
Bowes swinging the bat, warming up a little bit. Made his way outside of the batter's box a tad to get a better look at Rich Walker's pitches.
Richardson with a big cut there, takes strike 1. Holds off. That pitch misses. Evens the count up at 1-1. Hits now 16-15 in the game in favor of the Giants. They trail 7-6. Richardson fouls that one off right off the foot of Casati, and he'll go for a little walk and shake that one off.
I'm not even going to heckle you on that one, pitcher catcher. I'm not going to get hurt.
The fans here tonight are great.
Did look like it hurt.
Been heckling prospects left, right, and center, but then not so much there when Casati got it right on the foot.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out as he blows a fastball past Richardson, and the Giants are down to their final out. Giants led this ball game 1-0 up until the 5th inning when the Prospects got to starter Tyler Moskaluk and scored 5 runs. Giants got one back in the bottom half before the Prospects scored another 2 in the 7th. Giants got 3 in the bottom half and then 1 in the 8th. Just 2 bad innings for the Giants so far here tonight.
Quite far out there,
Strike 1 called on Bowes. The pitch misses low and inside, evens the count up at 1-1. The 1-1, Bowes holds off, but it's in there. The off-speed pitch for strike 2. Crowd doesn't like that. Giants down to their final strike. That pitch misses high. Bowes checks his swing. 2-2 the count, 2 away here in the bottom of the 9th. Prospects trying to close it out. And that pitch bounces in. Casati catches the ball on the 1 hop. Full count now to the Giants left fielder, Mike Bowes. And he fouls it off. Back off the netting. Bowes with a hard hit ball to short. Takar makes the sag. Throw to first. And the Prospects are able to come away with a 7-6 victory here tonight against the Fort McMurray Giants. The Giants score 4 to make the game close, but it wasn't enough as the Prospects get the series split and will head home and take on this very same Fort McMurray Giants side Friday and Saturday night at Remax Field before the Giants head out on their lengthy road trip to Saskatchewan, where they will head to Swift Current, Weyburn, Moose Jaw, and end off with a single game in Medicine Hat. Giants fall to 3-2 on the season. The Edmonton Prospects improve to 3-2. They sit now tied for first place in the Western Division.
Two very good games back-to-back. Giants and Prospects here at Shell Place. Should be another interesting two down in Edmonton before the Giants go on a big 7 games to Southern Alberta and into Saskatchewan. And that's really going to test the guys after starting at home 3-2 and then going on this long road trip at the very beginning of a long season. Should be interesting to see what the record is when they come back.
Coming up, your post-game show will have your Giant of the Game brought to you by Cancel Safety. And a reminder, make sure you're listening. Every Giants game day, our next broadcast is June 19th for Better Know a Giant. That's presented by CrossFit Crude. Better Together. Better Know a Giant airs at 7:50 in the morning show and 5:20 in the afternoon show on both Country 93.3 and 97.9 Rock. We'll take a break. Your post-game show is next. Giants fall 7-6 here tonight to the Edmonton Prospects. You're listening to Boston Pizza Giants Baseball on Country 93.3. Remember to redeem your Giants baseball ticket at Boston Pizza, either downtown or Timberley, for 10% off your meal. Some conditions apply. See in store for details. Go Giants, go.
You're listening to Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants Baseball on Country 93.3. Live from the Bumper to Bumper broadcast booth.
Gather round, Fort McMurray, and let's root for the home team. Boston Pizza Fort McMurray is proud to sponsor Giants baseball on Country 93.3. And at Boston Pizza, we can satisfy everyone on your home team, offering big taste for big groups. Visit bostonpizza.com and book your next family get-together or pregame meal at Boston Pizza Fort McMurray. Downtown on the way to the park and in Timberley until June 30th. Bring your Giants tickets for 10% off. Conditions apply.
A cardio moment from CrossFit Crude.
Do you, Sharon, take Lyle to be your husband?
I don't know. Look, there's someone else.
Because cardio can happen when you least expect it.
We've got a runaway bride!
Whoa, she can really run in those heels.
CrossFit Crude can help you reach your fitness goals. CrossFit Crude is an inclusive, supportive community working together with all fitness levels. Begin your journey to a healthier you. CrossFit Crude, better together. Visit CrossFitCrude.com.
Boston Pizza's Fort McMurray Giants Baseball.
Hi, I'm Ryan Dunn, pitcher for the Fort McMurray Giants. You're listening to Giants Baseball on Country 93.3.
After a long, cold winter, we finally passed that hurdle, and it's time to get down and dirty in the garden.
Ooh la la.
Find everything you need to get your yard and garden in tip-top shape for summer at Home Hardware. Choose from a huge selection of soils, seeds, plants, and rocks. Plus, patio furniture and barbecues to turn your yard into an oasis. Soak up every moment of the season with a little help from Home Hardware on Franklin Avenue in Fort McMurray.
Welcome back to Shell Place in Fort McMurray Giants baseball on Country 93.3. Giants fall here this evening 7-6 to the visiting Edmonton Prospects to get the series split, and they'll head out on the road for their next 9 games. But Pat, joined now by manager